From historic Ted Gormley Stadium, it's Brother Martin Crusaders football as this evening. The Crusaders battle the St. Augustine Purple Knights. And a pleasant good evening to you. Ken Trahan on a pleasant evening in City Park. Lights are shining brightly, the scoreboard works, and we're ready to roll. It's Catholic League action between Brother Martin and St. Augustine. The Crusaders come in with a record of 1-3, 0-1 in the league after losing to John Curtis Christian in the opener of Catholic League play a week ago. 34-0. No shame in that. Curtis clearly the favorite in this league and one of the two favorites in Louisiana for certain in Division I. St. Augustine comes in with a record of 3-1. The Purple Knights have a really good win over McDonough 35. Lost to powerful De La Salle. We can say that safely. And last week they opened Catholic League play with a 37-24 win over Jesuit. I'm pleased to be joined now by my good, great friends, Lenny Sumich and Chad LaRose, as mentioned. Class of 1990. Guys, it's so good to have you back with us, and it's good to have you back with us for this wonderful rivalry again.
Great to be back, Kenny, for another third game of this year and another edition of Brother Martin football. Big game tonight against the St. Augustine Purple Knights. Last 2 years, I believe, they've lost. Brother Martin's come up on the short end of the stick in two games, which, frankly, Chad, I think they should have won. 2 years ago, they had a big lead going into the second half, into the third and fourth quarter, and St. Aug made a furious comeback and took the game away late in the game. And then last year, Brother Martin had a lead and gave up two unfortunate special team errors. One a kickoff return, and then at the end of the game, a punt return, which ended up costing the football game. But after that loss last year, Brother Martin actually ran off 7 in a row. So hopefully, Brother Martin can try to even the score tonight.
Yeah, and I remember last year, Lenny, too. We had a penalty, a couple penalties actually, that put St. Aug in a position to score, and it really hurt our efforts to win the game. So I know Brother Martin's really eager to get on top of this great rivalry. Lenny, we battled the greats of Jabbar Jaluk and Tyrone Hughes and Sean Jackson on this field, and tell you what, I think it's going to be another knuckle bleeder tonight because both teams are eager for a win. I know Brother Martin's not used to being in this position, having this losing record. I know St. Aug's always itching to get a win against their rivals, but it should be another great game tonight. And look, before we talk about any more football, I want to congratulate my partner here, Lenny Soon, which you just got elected, Kenny, you may not know, as Brother Martin's president of the alumni board this past week. So we're surrounded by greatness tonight, Kenny, and I know he's going to be
Let me know when he gets here.
A great president, and despite everything that's been said about you, I know you're going to do well. You're going to lead us into the future, Lenny.
I'm really happy for him. He's a good man. He'll do a great job, and I thought that was outstanding the way you paid everybody else off to get out of the race. Good job, man.
Absolutely.
Candy, just one quick thing. I don't know if I want to be president of any organization that would have me as a member.
Here.
So, but I am, so I'm stuck for 2 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, the Purple Knights are coached by Al Jones. He's in his third year. Of course, he was a St. Aug graduate when St. Aug was a state champion back in 1975 under Otis Washington, and Al's got a deep and rich history with the school, former head coach at Douglas, former principal at Cohen. I've known him for a long, long time, and he is a quality coach with a very good staff. And as mentioned, the Purple Knights 3-1 overall. When you look at St. Augustine, they played 3 quarterbacks this year. We expect Josh White will get the call. Garland LaFrance, good running back. And they've got 4 guys that are college commits on this football team. This is a good St. Augustine football team.
They always are. I mean, they have talent everywhere, and it's just when you play these guys, Kenny, you have to take care of the little things. You can't have penalties. You can't have turnovers. You have to take care of the ball. If you give them a little opening, then it's like the floodgates just open up. And it's one of those things that just this especially this edition of the Brother Martin team. This is not the most explosive offense that Brother Martin's had in a while, and its defense a little bit challenged too. So, in order to come out on top tonight, they're going to have to take care of the football, have very few penalties, Chad, and defensively not give up the big play.
Yeah, and today, for instance, I was watching the Georgia Tech North Carolina game, and I tell you what, Georgia Tech, who runs an option style offense, they do a great job of winning ball games, and they won big against North Carolina today. They do a great job because they don't allow North Carolina's offense to be on the field. They take up possessions. I think one drive was 18 plays at driving they scored.
That's just like Army last week. It's like De La Salle now, like Rommel has always been.
Absolutely.
You can't get the ball. You don't have enough at bats.
You can't score.
You got to have at bats.
And if you don't turn the ball over and you don't have penalties and you take possession of the clock, you put yourself in a great position to score, and that's what Brother Martin's going to need you to do tonight.
All right, it's Brother Martin and St. Augustine. When we return in a moment, we'll hear from Brother Martin head coach Mark Bonis. This is Brother Martin football on CrescentCitySports.com and at WGSO 990 AM. Okay. Ken Trahan with Brother Martin head coach Mark Bonis. All right, this will be Coach Bonis for St. Augustine in 3, 2, 1. Ken Trahan with Brother Martin head coach Mark Bonis. And Mark, it's Catholic League play, and it's that old rival that right down the block basically, and this has been a tremendous rivalry for so many years now.
It has. I've had some great games with these guys. Last 2 years have been on the short end of the stick, but as I've been saying, we're just really looking forward to the opportunity. Played a tough schedule to kind of prepare us for district, and we're just excited about the opportunity.
It's a young team, and young in some key places, and obviously trying to develop players while you're playing a tough schedule. It would be easier had you played a lighter schedule. Your record would be pretty good, but you might not be as well prepared.
That's how we feel. In order for us to make a run, we do this. Okay, we do this in order to challenge our players, make them better men, and I want to be the very best football team that we can be. We could have scheduled easier, and I don't know this. I don't know if that had been done justice to our seniors or for our program. When you get into the playoff time, I really believe this. I really believe our schedule is going to pay off, and we want to make that. We want to play our best football or be playing our best football in the district season at the end of the season. That's when it's important. So that's the goal. Our kids are great kids, blue collar kids. We wouldn't have been able to do that without having that type or that style of kid that's mentally tough, physically tough, and they've stayed the course. They believe in the process. I'm just really excited for them tonight.
St. Aug physical football team, hard to move. They come right at you on both sides of the ball.
Physical, athletic. They are very impressive. I think defensively returned 9 out of 11, if I remember correctly. They didn't give up a whole bunch of points last year. This year, they've pitched 2 shutouts. So we have a challenge in front of us. And then offensively, they've got weapons. Quarterback, whichever one we'll see. One of the 3. All 3 are talented. Number 12 has really has improved from week to week. When you coach high school sports, you appreciate guys when you see improvement, and that kid's a heck of a football player, and he's doing a great job of improving.
Best of luck to you this evening.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
That's Coach Mark Bonis, the Brother Martin Crusaders, and obviously the challenge at hand presented, as he spelled out pretty clearly here tonight, with St. Augustine. We get the prayer now, and then we'll follow that up with the national anthem. Let's listen in.
Humbly ask you, O Lord, love us and the family, to go out more fully upon us the grace of your Spirit, and grant that we walk worthily in the vocation which you have called us. We may bear witness to the truth before others, and seek with confidence the unity of all believers in the bond of peace. As St. Francis prayed, Lord, make us an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let us sow love. Where there is injury, heart. Where there is darkness, light. Protect all our actions tonight from all harm and injury, and keep us all in your heavenly favor. Amen. Most Sacred Heart of Jesus, have mercy on us. Saint Joseph, pray for us. Saint Augustine, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And now the presentation of the colors forthcoming, and then we'll have the performance of the national anthem by the St. Augustine Purple Knight Marching Band, Marching 100. Should be coming up here momentarily. I think we might get the captains at the center of the field first, so it won't be the captains first, so a little bit backwards in that regard, but so we'll get the captains first. Usually you have the prayer and the anthem, right? But this time we get the prayer, and then we get the captains meeting at the center of the field, and we check out the captains for Brother Martin. Matthew Christie is out there. He is joined by L.J. Gilliott, along with let's see here, Jabari Watts, who's been really good on defense, and of course Matthew Alfonso would be the fourth captain for the Crusaders. The Purple Knights have four captains as well. St. Augustine's in their purple jerseys, their yellow gold pants, purple helmets, the SA emblazoned on the helmet, and Brother Martin in their garnet look, of course white on white with the garnet numbers and the helmets as well. Little gold trim along with that. Lights are shining brightly here at Tad Gormley tonight as nightfall is arriving, and the weather conditions are ideal. 85 degrees under mostly clear skies, and the relative humidity is just 61%. The wind is no factor out of the north-northeast at 4 miles an hour. So Brother Martin won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half, so therefore St. Augustine will get the ball first, and I think we'll get the colors and the anthem now, and then we're going to head down to the field and check in with Hart Pisani, the fourth member of our broadcast team, who will be patrolling the sidelines here tonight. Of course, this is a simulcast. Glad to have you with us at CrescentCitySports.com, as well as on WGSO 990 AM. And the presentation of the colors forthcoming, as mentioned, and then the national anthem to be performed immediately following it. Here is the St. Augustine Purple Knight Marching Band. Colors. Color guard moves to the center of the field. Nice crowd emerging here tonight, as you might expect. The final game of the Archbishop Hannon Classic for 2017. More on that coming up because of the deep appreciation that we have for Dr. Benny Jones and everybody affiliated with the Hannon Classic. It's really great for these schools. They pay the entire bills for every game, and the schools make all the profit for this weekend because of the Archbishop Hannon Classic. And
very nice thing.
Commemorating a wonderful man, the late Archbishop Philip Hannon, the special person. St. Augustine Purple Knight Marching Band. Outstanding rendition of our national anthem here tonight by the Marching 100. As we get set to start, the fourth member of our broadcast team is down on the Brother Martin sideline. He is Hart Pisani, who joins us now. Hart, good evening to you. How is it down there on the sideline, my friend?
Good evening, Ken. It's feeling good down here for the 47th edition of the Backyard Brawl. St. Aug leads the all-time series 28-19 and have won 4 of the last 5. St. Aug coach Al Jones told me on Thursday that while they're prepared for this game the way they would anyone else, the last 2 years have come down to the wire, so they're aware that anything could happen. Last year's game was 24-18, while the year before was 47-44. St. Aug is 3-1 this year, having beaten Jesuit last week, 37-24, while Brother Martin is 1-3, having lost to John Curtis 34-0 last week. The only thing guaranteed is that these teams will have a different record at the end of tonight. Back to you, Ken.
Okay, thanks very much, Hart. We look forward to your reports all night long. So Brother Martin will be kicking off. Interesting, guys, that they won the toss and elected to defer. So they're going to go on defense first, trying to set the tone on that side of the ball. You like it?
I do. I think, let's be honest, the offense has struggled this year, Kenny, and Chad. Defense is the stronger side of the ball, and I think if you can set the tone here and kind of get a stop early and maybe give your offense good field position, it should help here. This, in my opinion, this is the most important game of the season for this team, Chad. This is one of those things. They've had a tough start to the season, going 1-3. If you win this game, you get some momentum going towards the end of the year, and maybe get something going towards the playoffs. If you lose this one, I'm not saying the season's over, but it makes it a little bit tougher. So this is a very key game for this football team.
Just about set to go here. Kicking off is Jack Landry for the Crusaders. A single receivers deep. That's Garland LaFrance for St. Augustine. And we are underway. Pooch kick short toward the 30-yard line. Caught there across the field. And a little running room. Look out here. 35-40. And a good return out to about the 43. So St. Aug will have really good field position off of the return by Broderick Martin. Purple Knights will put it in play 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. And the big story for St. Aug is who's the quarterback? Probably Josh White, because he's played well of late, and they've gone through 3 guys at that position. That's going to be a storyline to watch throughout the course of the evening. They really want to get Garland LaFrance going because he's their most talented running back and a college commit. They open with 3 receiver set, twins left, 2 running backs. White is the starter. He keeps the ball, and he's going to be stacked up. But he fought through a tackle, did get a yard, if anything, but a really good job defensively for the Crusaders. The penetration was outstanding, and the charge was led by 99 John Bookert. So no gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and Lenny, that's what Brother Martin wants. They want to play smash mouth football with these Purple Knights, and I think the issues they're going to have is on the outside and matching up man to man. But I think if St. Aug wants to run in the box, I think Brother Martin's fine.
That's what.
2nd and 9 officially to throw to LaFrance in the flat. Goes to the outside, 45 and out of bounds near the 50. Took a big hit, but showed his speed to get to the corner to the short side of the field to about midfield. That's Garland LaFrance on the reception from Josh White. Yeah. And it'll be 3rd down and about 3 yards to go.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's the kind of game that Brother Martin wants St. Aug to play. They want to play smash mouth between the tackle football. That's where the weakness is, Brother Martin. Basically, defense is out in the corner. Just physically, they don't match up as well as they can with some teams up in the middle.
Here's a 3rd and 3 at midfield. White fakes. He'll keep it himself. Runs into an alignment. Now bounces it outside. He's going to cut in and get the 1st down across the 45 to the Brother Martin 44. White shows his speed there. Looked contained for a moment, but he wisely bounced it outside.
Yeah, good job by White for really making something out of nothing, Lenny. But yeah, that's where Brother Martin's gonna have trouble if they allow LaFrance and some of these quick skill position players from St. Aug to get the ball in space. Brother Martin's really going to have trouble containing that.
Yeah, but if they keep him contained in the run there, that'd be okay. Just you don't want to get the ball on the edge. That's what kind of scares me.
On 1st and 10, bobbles the snap, pulls it down. White in the backfield, finds nowhere to go. He's drilled for a loss of a yard, so that play was kind of aborted from the start. 24, Brendan Brown was the first there for the Crusaders.
And St. Aug looks like they're trying to test Brother Martin's corners, Lenny. Look like they run in motion, and they're trying to get kind of like that speed play to the outside with that motion back. But, St. Aug, we've seen in the past, if something doesn't work, they'll change their whole look. They'll change their whole formation to try to figure out what the combination is.
Ishmael Landers in the backfield is 2nd and 11. LaFrance. White wants to throw. He gets buried as he tries to throw it. Booker crushed him.
That was close.
As Booker nailed him as he tried to get it to Joseph Walker, but he had no chance.
I tell you, Booker's a heck of a football player. This is a kid he's a senior now who's actually been playing full time since the beginning. Towards the end of his freshman year. So he's been playing for 3 years of football and a heck of a football player.
Yeah, we've been steadily calling his name more and more every game, every week.
He really
too.
is. He's a good football player.
Here's the 3rd down and 11 from the 45-yard line. Twin receivers left and a single to the right. Again, Landers and LaFrance in the backfield with White, who takes the snap and wants to throw. White's going to loft it deep down the sideline. A man is out there. The pass is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, St. Aug. Just got it out there in man coverage, lofted it far enough, and the touchdown reception by Joseph Walker, the 5th. And a 45-yard touchdown puts the Purple Knights on top, 7-0.
Yeah, Brother Martin in a simple cover 3, Lenny, and we've seen that. That's what they played all year. And, that we've talked about this before the game. Brother Martin has been against Warren Eason, against Petal.
Yep.
We've seen when teams need a big play, when they need a 3rd and long, they just throw the ball up and more times out of not, the offense gets the ball.
It's been the Achilles heel of this football team, Chad. 3rd and long, unfortunately, they just can't stop the big play, and that's what's killed them.
Yeah, Brother Martin's going to have to find ways to get help over the top with their safeties.
Kyle
the cornerbacks.
Sims for the extra point attempt. Sims to try to tack it on. A spot, and the kick is up, and it is good. So a timeout on the field with 10:14 to play in the first quarter. It is St. Augustine 7, Brother Martin nothing. We'll take the break. Back in a moment. This is Brother Martin Football on CrescentCitySports.com and at WGSO 990 AM. So a great start for St. Augustine. Purple Knights take the opening kickoff, and they drive it. 6 plays, 57 yards, a minute 46 off the clock. Josh White, 45-yard touchdown pass to Joseph Walker. Extra point good, and the Purple Knights lead it 7-0. So Brother Martin deferred. St. Aug got the ball, and they took advantage and got after him. So Kyle Sims is set to kick it off. Impressive start for St. Augustine.
Yeah, Lenny, and it's what we said before the game. That is Brother Martin's Achilles heel is the cornerbacks. Brother Martin, for whatever reason, they don't adjust coverage, even 3rd and long, and they got burnt that play.
Here's the kickoff down the middle. This is returnable from the 10. Field to the 15, right to the 20 with room. 25, spun away from 1. Good return out near the 30-yard line. That's where Brother Martin is going to start their first possession of the game. L.J. Gilliott gives Brother Martin pretty solid field position to get it started. John Paul Pierce will lead his offense onto the field here. And again, strangest stat of all, hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in 4 games, and he's a good player.
I tell you what, that's incredible, Kenny. Considering you had a team last year that scored, I think they averaged about 30, 35 points a football game. Now, of course, he doesn't have the weapons on the outside that he had a year ago, but that's really, really something else that he doesn't have any touchdown passes in 4 games so far this year.
Crusaders open with the wide side of the field to the left side on first down. Motion Gilliott into the formation. Pearson, bad snap, fields it, throws it outside, and Gilliott's blown up. Good thing he didn't catch. He was hit immediately. Would have been a loss on the play, as the play was read perfectly by Terrell Jalla Jr., the senior, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good job by the cornerback there. They were playing a hard cover 2 on the wide side of the field, Lenny, which is odd. You don't see a lot of teams playing that, but Brother Martin was running kind of like a quick wide receiver screen, and he was able to come in there and break the whole play up. Really lucky it wasn't a pick.
No, very, very fortunate for the Crusaders there.
2nd and 10. Smith, the running back. Pierce takes the snap. Smith's going to get the call on a cutback play, not much room. He does forge ahead for a couple, fought hard to get him. There's just not much running room inside. St. August stout inside on defense, and nice play defensively by Kyle Jackson, the senior. So Smith gets a couple. Going to make it 3. It's going to be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, St. Aug's playing a soft zone right here, so yeah, they must be really confident that the front 7 can get the job done, and they're not going to let anybody get behind them. But Brother Martin really not a threat for passing the ball too much. But 3rd and 7, they're going to have to do that right now.
Dante Carter really tough inside for St. Aug up front on 3rd and 7. Flags come down everywhere. And that'll stop this play.
Boy, that's not what they need here. This is an offense that's been struggling to move the ball all year, really, and you just don't want to put yourself in a tougher position here, Chad. That 3rd and 7, 3rd and 12 makes it almost not impossible, but a lot bigger challenge.
No, and that's the mistakes we were talking about before the game, Lenny.
You can't do that.
No, St. Aug's too good of a team to where you can't help them out. 3rd and 7's hard enough. You can't make it 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12. And you don't have a Jeremy Singleton or a Pat Hughes on the outside anymore.
3rd and 12 as a result of the 5-yard penalty from the 28-yard line. A throwing situation for Pierce. Puts a man in motion. Parenti, the tight end, takes the snap, retreats to throw. Steps up, could run, he will. And he's going to be dragged down to the 30. Nice play defensively to chase him down. That's just good defense to go get him from behind by Christopher Confident, the junior. And that will force a Brother Martin punt.
Yeah, good job by the defensive end, Lenny. And give Pierce credit. He did a good job of avoiding the sack and being able to get a couple yards. But, you just can't put yourself in that situation. Those defensive ends for St. Aug were, pinning their ears back, and they were going after a quarterback knowing that they wasn't going to throw the ball. Knowing that they wasn't going to run the ball.
Yeah, if this offense gets behind the chains, they're in trouble tonight.
Punt is away. Wobbly spiral's going to bounce at about the 40. Takes a Brother Martin bounce inside the 35. Will die at about the 34-yard line. And that's where St. Augustine will put it in play for the second time in this game off the punt by Alfonso with 8:36 to play in the first quarter. A 7-0 lead for the Purple Knights. And St. Augustine offense will make its way back onto the field now. Having scored on its first possession. And starting from the 34 here.
I don't want to get too excited here in the first quarter, but to tell you what, this is a big series for this defense. If we fall behind 2 scores early, that could be trouble for this game. This is a really big series. Defense really needs to step up and keep St. Aug off the scoreboard here.
Here's a give to LaFrance. LaFrance,
nice tackle
on the open field to put it down.
Nice tackle.
At the line of scrimmage, a really fine play made by Ben Chaplin, the senior. No gain. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was a tough play. Ben Chaplin basically was on an island out there, and he prevented LaFrance from going in, and getting a good gain along the sideline. So good job by Chaplin making a tackle.
2nd and 10 from the 34-yard line for the Purple Knights. Snap it. Give it to Landers running right. Landers is going to be in, and he's dropped for no gain. Again, really good job up front for the Crusaders. This time, it's Jabari Watts, who's just been outstanding this year.
Watts has been great, Kenny, all year long. He's been all over the field playing linebacker for this Crusader defense, and that was a big play on 2nd down, but brings up another big 3rd down, Chad, just like they had a few minutes ago, and let's see if they make any adjustment here on this big 3rd down.
It doesn't look like they are. They're going to stay in cover 3 and leave those safeties and leave those cornerbacks
on 3rd down and 10. White under heavy pressure, rolls right. He gets away from one. He tries to get to the sideline, and he'll never get the first down. Out of bounds he goes, and there's a late flag. And this could be a late hit on Brother Martin, and that would be just a bad thing for the Crusaders because it would have been 4th down.
Yeah, and the difference between this play and the last series, Lenny, Brother Martin actually brought those outside linebackers in and brought the heat. So, they didn't have time to throw that deep route. But, yeah, it would be a shame if Brother Martin gets hit with a 15-yard penalty.
Let's see what happens.
Well, got to believe that's what it is based on where the flag was thrown and the contact that was made. You can see he was going to go to the boundary and not get there in terms of the first down. They're trying to figure out where the ball went out of bounds. Looks like about the 39. So it would be a gain of 5, and then they'll tack on 15.
That's just poor discipline there. You just can't do that, Chad. Especially this team that it struggles a little bit, and you're going to give them an extra 15 yards when you were off the field on 3rd down. It just very, very frustrating to watch.
Yeah, and you said it. This was.
And it's not the first time that's happened this year.
No, and it happened last year. That's what happened last year. That killed Brother Martin and let St. Aug back in the game. We had the lead, but we let him back in because we kept committing the 15-yard penalties.
And a first down to the Brother Martin 46 by penalty on a big penalty. St. Augustine with the ball, and now here's a fumble on the exchange, and White got it back. White was trying to ride LaFrance, and Chad as a quarterback explained that, trying to ride a guy.
Yeah, it looks like they run the outside veer from the shotgun, so it's a little different from when we ran it back in the 80s. But he's making a read, but the running back needs to put light pressure on the ball. If he grabs that ball and the quarterback's trying to pull it from him because he reads that defensive end getting that running back, well, then you're going to see what you just did tonight. That ball's going to squirt out.
So I was saying the water break down.
Well, we get the water break now.
It's 7:23.
Well, I think it's not supposed to be. It is a St. Aug player down. You're right. Yeah, we're looking over there.
No, it's not White.
It's hard to see. But
it's hard to see who it is right now. I can't tell.
I see LaFrance taking it. It might be White. I see LaFrance taking a knee number 4, but I don't see the quarterback.
Me either.
Well, this press box is in a different time zone as the field, so it's kind of tough to see.
Yeah, I'm coming from doing a game at Yenny was it's a dream. You know, you're right at the 50-yard line. You're looking at the clearest.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're
really,
right on top of people, man.
You know, you probably would 30 yards closer to the field.
Oh,
at
no
least.
doubt. It makes it easy to call a game. It really does.
Boy,
Yeah, we're in a fish tank up here.
at least the AC works.
The
Got
AC
that
works.
right.
Especially when you turn it on, it actually works
Knock
a
on
little
wood.
better.
We still got 3 more quarters, Lenny.
Well, it
Knock
was
on wood.
White, guys, that went out.
It was White.
So,
Well, they have 3 quarterbacks, Kenny, so, you know.
yeah, I know. So they're going to come in with Michael Mims, the junior, will take over at quarterback. Mims gives to Landers running right. Landers to the short side, finds a little room and crosses the 45 to about the 42-yard line. So Landers picks up about 5.
You know, Chad, looking at the way St. Aug's running this offense here, I think Brother Martin would be very happy if they continue to do this, trying to run the ball between the tackles, maybe go outside a little bit. You know, I'm the St. Aug offensive coordinator. I'm going to try to take some shots just because that's where the weakness of this Crusader
traditionally,
defense is.
St. Aug's not a patient team. You know, they want to score. They want to put points on the board. So
Big third down again.
If Brother Martin doesn't shoot themselves in the foot, you know, hopefully we can get him a punt.
3rd and 6 Purple Knights at the Brother Martin 42-yard line. 6:36 and counting. First quarter, 7-0 St. Aug. Here is LaFrance running right. LaFrance will be short
There you go.
as he's driven back out to the 39. Picks up 3, but it's going to be 4th and 3, and I'm betting they're going for it.
Yeah, interesting situation. You had 3rd and 3 from 39. You punt the ball. It goes in the end zone. You only net 19 yards, so probably going to go for it here, like you said,
I
Kenny.
don't think there's any hesitation. 4th down and 3. They will go for it.
Come on, defense.
Mims, the quarterback, and big story now is what's the problem with Josh White for St. Augustine. He really emerged as their starter. One they've been looking for, but he's out at the moment. Here's a big 4th and 3.
Quick
They got a quick kick it with nobody back.
Not a bad
It's going to bounce at the 16 and kind of go sideways. A break for Brother Martin. We'll get a little bit of a roll, but down to the 14. So Crusaders get a necessary stop, and with 5:49 to play in the quarter, Brother Martin gets it back, trailing St. Augustine 7-0.
Well, you weren't kidding, Kenny. That was a necessary stop. If they'd gone down 14-0 here, it could have been difficult going forward. But nice play from the defense there after giving up the penalty to get the first down after the late hit there, Chad. But the offense really hopefully can come alive here. You know, they had a little rough going 3 and out in the first series. Hopefully they can do something here on their second touch of the ball here to get something going.
Yeah, and really, I mean, if you look, Lenny, you know, the defense, there were 2 plays that hurt them, the penalty and the touchdown pass.
Touchdown.
Other than that, I mean, the defense
well.
has been playing well. So if the offense can get any kind of drive, you know, we got to get a drive. We got to get points on the board here. You know, I feel the defense is going to be in good shape. You know, it's a nice, cool night tonight. We're not going to see that week 1 against Petto where we saw Brother Martin's defense just totally peter out in the 4th quarter because they were exhausted. They were on the field the whole time.
First half, excuse me.
If offense can get a drive going, you know, and keep the chains moving, you know, I feel good about what's going on. But, again, we got to eliminate the penalties and we can't have turnovers.
Turnovers. It just, you know, that this team just they have to do things hard. Without the home run threat that they've had in the past, they have to go 8, 10, 12 plays to score. And if you have penalties or turnovers, that just makes it that much more difficult, and it's just so much harder to do. So hopefully here, as you get their second touch of the ball, they can get something going.
So 1st and 10, Brother Martin at their own 14-yard line to start their second possession of the game. Crusaders will line up with twin receivers to the right, a single receiver to the left. Pistol formation. John Paul Pierce puts a man in motion. Faust, and he gives it up the middle with a little room. Crossing the 15, but that's all. Maybe the 16. 2 yards, and Smith stopped there, stood up. So it's going to be 2nd down and 8.
You know, Chad, looking at this defense so far for St. Aug, I'm sure they've watched the film and studied, and they're not going to let Chris Smith and the whole inside running game of Brother Martin beat them. They're going to make Pierce go out on the outside and throw the ball here to beat them.
Yeah, rightfully so, and I think that's why they're playing cover 2. You know, they're putting 7 in the box, and they're funneling everything outside, and they're saying, Brother Martin, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us to the outside, but our speed will be there.
Man in motion, Gilliott 2nd and 8. Fake it. Pierce keeps it. He's tackled for a loss.
Play.
Just didn't look good from the start, and a nice job defensively for St. Aug by Christopher Confident, who's playing well early, the junior.
Yeah, Brother Martin's got to figure something out right now. I know Pierce he hadn't really been running the ball, hadn't really been involved in the offense, but they're going to have to figure out how to use him with that. What they're doing is the option action, but they're giving it up the middle. And I tell you what, St. Aug's so stout. I mean, that nose tackle right now, I'm seeing him down here.
Dante Carter, he's really good.
Yeah,
big boy.
He's not going to let anybody push him around.
3rd down and 10 yards to go. Snap it. Wants to throw it under
You got
pressure,
room,
steps
run.
up.
No.
Trying to get to the outside, no chance. He's tackled at the
They close
17.
it up so
Just
quick.
great pursuit by the Purple Knights. And another fine play made by Kyle Jackson to get Pierce stopped, and it's 3 and out for Brother Martin.
Like you mentioned, Chad, Pierce really is going to have to be part of this offense in order for the Crusaders to succeed offensively. He's a weapon that they really haven't taken advantage of too much here. I'm talking about with his feet now, running the ball, and they're going to. There's a penalty here, the punt.
Blew the whistle dead. Garland LaFrance was deep to receive the punt from Alfonso.
I don't see any flags. I don't think
I
it
didn't
was
either.
set.
They just blew it dead.
Yeah, I don't.
Now
think,
they throw a
there it
flag.
is. All right.
Here's the delay of game on Brother Martin.
Wow.
That was a quick delay of game, I'll tell you what.
That was a late flag too.
So the third penalty and 25 yards on Brother Martin already here in the first quarter with 4:05 to play. Alfonso stands now at his goal line. LaFrance stands in Brother Martin territory to receive it. Heavy rush, got it off in good shape. Line drive kicked it away from him. Smart. Midfield, 45. This works out very well for Brother Martin. Inside the 40 and all the way down to the St. Aug 38-yard line. So that's an outstanding effort. 50 yards and no return.
Yeah, really good punt there by Alfonso, keeping it away from LaFrance and getting a good roll there and really flipping the field a little bit there, Che, because that could have been easily, could have given St. Aug the possession of the ball on the Brother Martin side of the 50.
Yeah, and St. Aug, I tell you, if I'm a special teams coach for St. Aug, I think they might have a shot at blocking a punt too. So Brother Martin better tighten up that punt coverage.
First and 10 Purple Knights start from their own 38-yard line, leading 7-0 with 3:51 to play in the first quarter. And here's White back in the game. That's good news. He'll keep it to the corner, and he'll get some yards, showing his quickness up to about the 43-yard line to pick up about 5 yards on the play. So it's good to see Josh White back in the game.
Yeah, he's a very nimble player, and that's interesting, Lenny. That's almost like what we used to run, like option follow, where you're following the dive back, except they run it out of the shotgun, and actually they hold the ball so far to the outside it becomes like a outside type play. And White getting 5 yards on the game, good play.
Quick snap, 2nd and 5. They're going to give to LaFrance. LaFrance bounces it outside. He's got some room to the 40, 45, and hit hard. About a yard short of the first down as he's driven down there by Brother Martin for number 42, Ben Chaplin, and 16, Ryan Alfonso.
Yeah, that was a nice play there. He got to the edge. Chad, I actually thought we had him in the backfield for a second there, but just he had too much speed. He got to the corner. But nice stop there by Alfonso and Chaplin to keep him short of the first down. But big third down here coming up.
3rd and 1 at the 47-yard line. Two running backs in the backfield. The ball snapped. He wasn't ready. Picks it up. White's in deep trouble and all the way back down at the 35-yard line on an aborted play. St. Augustine's going to lose 12 yards.
Yeah, just like he snapped the ball too early there, Kenny. I know White wasn't ready for the football and kind of bounced it back to him and had it covered up before it became a turnover. So nice play there. Good break there for the Crusaders, and St. Aug's going to be forced to punt here on 4th down.
2 stops in succession by Brother Martin, and now they'll get the ball back on a 4th down play.
Like you mentioned, Chad, defensively you gave up the one penalty and the one big play. Other than that, you've stopped them.
St. Aug has made some mistakes. You know, they're putting the ball on the ground a few times tonight, so it's only a matter of time. You got to feel like Brother Martin's defense is going to get that ball.
You got to do something.
Jamal Jalla will punt it. Alfonso stands at his 35, or rather Faust, pardon me. High snap, got it down, and the kick is a line drive. Short bouncing, got to pick it up. He does smartly. 35-40, took a big hit. Hit Faust, but boy, that's a good job to feel that ball. It saves about 15 yards of field position. At least the 40-yard line. Good job and good field position.
Yeah, he really did. Faust did a good job fielding that ball there, Chad. As a former punt returner, you can't let that ball get behind you.
No.
And if he had, that probably is inside the 15-yard line easily.
I'm surprised he ran to the Brother Martin sideline because he got smacked pretty good. You know, I've been in that situation where you get ear-holed and you start running to the wrong sideline. So, good for him.
That's not ideal.
Good for him for preventing that ball from going, probably inside the 20-yard line for giving Brother Martin, great field position.
Crusaders will start with really good field position at their own 40-yard line. Smith will be in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right. And it's Pearson shotgun. St. Aug lines up in their 4-3 look defensively. On 1st down, snap it, running Smith to the corner. Purple shirts are there. He won't get anywhere. No. Maybe a yard or two. Good lateral pursuit by St. Augustine stops Smith for a very short game.
There's just too much speed, Chad, east to west in the St. Aug St. Aug defense for Brother Martin to have a lot of success there. I really think in order to loosen this defense up, they're going to have to throw the ball a little bit here.
Yeah,
you give it to Parente down the little seam route, get it to the quick little screens, little bubble screens, or quick slants to the outside, just to loosen these guys up a little bit to have some more success.
Yeah, those cornerbacks, I mean, give it to Jefferson on the corner right there. He's sitting in cover 2 waiting for that play to develop, so you're not going to get outside of him.
Tanner Olson tucked in right side on 2nd and 9. Gilliard in motion across the formation left. Snap it. Going to throw it to Gilliard, and they're going to pull him up. Read it perfectly. Nobody blocks him, and just a great read. Same guy, Terrell Jolly, who made the play earlier. He's just read this play both times and played it beautifully.
He sure has, Kenny. And then, believe it or not, that was the best case scenario for Brother Martin right there. Was the 5-yard loss, because that easily another half second he's picking that off and he's going to the house.
Yeah, and Coach LeBar's got to realize they're sitting in cover 2. They're trying to run that wide receiver screen, which I get it. If you block that cornerback, he's got all kind of room because that safety's sitting 15 yards deep in that wide receiver. But if you don't block him, I mean, God, yeah, you're right, Lenny. You're lucky you only lost 5 yards. You could, get hit, fumble, or interception.
And it's 3rd and 14 now, another difficult down, and now you get another flag and another problem for Brother Martin.
They may have called timeout early.
See if they got the timeout.
Well, he shouldn't have called the flag.
Field judge came in early.
It wasn't delay a game.
Let's see if they actually give the timeout.
Yeah, they
he's going to wave the flag.
So timeout, Brother Martin. We'll have 2 remaining with 1:17 to play in the first. And 7-0 Purple Knights on top. Ken Trahan, Lenny Sumich, Chandler Rose, Art Basanti on the sideline. We'll check in with him at the end of the quarter. Right now, Brother Martin just having the kind of problems they've had against really good opposition previously this year, the inability to really move the football. And they got to find something in this offense. Mark Moniz has talked about the fact that he thinks his offensive line has played well, but they just haven't had the kind of skill that they've seen in previous years, at least to this point in time. What his perception is?
Well, in the past years we've seen, them running that inside zone play and the dive and Swilling, Bruce Jordan Swilling would be able to move that pile 5-6 yards, Lenny, but I don't think Smith has the ability to do that.
3rd and 14.
He's not that back.
Gilliard motion, and now another flag. And is it on the offense or defense? Pre-snap penalty yet again. And it's going to be a false start on Brother Martin, I believe it was. So that's 4 penalties and 30 yards already.
You just can't.
No, and this offense can't. No, this offense has trouble getting 5 yards, much less 3rd and 20. We don't have that. We don't have that in repertoire.
And this is a big change from what this offense has been the last 4 years between Brogy and then with Swilling. The last 4 years, this has been a high-flying offense, and this is a complete turnaround, 180 degrees from what they're used to.
3rd and 19, and yet another flag comes down before the snap, and another false start on Brother Martin.
I mean, who's moving on the line of scrimmage? We see the wide receiver going in motion, but somebody else is moving on the line of scrimmage that's jumping when they call the audible or the shift.
I mean, there's the count, Chad. You just can't do that.
Well, you often see this when an offensive line or offensive front's having trouble against a defensive front. You get antsy.
Yeah, true.
And I think that's kind of what we've seen, and of course the struggles last week as well in that regard, facing another real good defensive front here. Yeah, they're playing loud. That always.
Yeah, the St. Aug 100 doesn't help either.
They always do that, and that's part of their repertoire. 3rd down and 24. Steps up, Pierce, looking, throw it down the middle. Man open, Parenti caught it, stumbles though, and goes down. If he could have kept his feet, he might have been able to race forward for the first down. Got it out for 18 yards though, and it's good to see him get involved.
At least a little bit there, yeah.
Now, Lenny, that was the play that you called. They saying they playing that too deep. And that's that Parenti, the tight end, getting in the middle, and he was able to get in that soft coverage. But it's a shame it was 3rd and 20. If it was 3rd and 11, we'd be in the first down moving the change right now.
I really think that's one of those situations. You got to get Parenti in this offense, catching the ball. He's going to be a tough matchup coming out as an H-back kind of tight end.
He's a zone buster. That's who you want to throw to.
Martin deep to receive the punt from Alfonso.
Nice
good punt.
Nice punt away from him. Bounces at the 20, fielded at the 15, and a good tackle.
Good job.
To knock him out of bounds after about a 3-yard return, and a good job for the Crusaders. Number 36, Bo Ranlett, and St. Augustine will take over with 32 seconds to play in the first quarter at its own. See where they're going to put the ball down. About the 19, it looks like. Purple Knights up 7-0.
Defense, like we said, besides the one play, Chad, the touchdown and then the one penalty, they've done a very good job, and they really need to do that again because they really need to help out the offense here. The offense is struggling a little bit early in this football game, and the defense needs to do something to help them out and hopefully give them good field position.
1st and 10 of the 20, motion across the formation. White going to run it in around, and they smother it for a big loss.
That was a heck of a play.
Alfonso was all over it as he puts Broderick Martin on the ground for a big loss.
Boy, he just came in and hard off that left corner there, Chad, and he just had Martin back in the backfield. But as soon as he got the ball, he almost took the handoff, actually.
Yeah, and I tell you, he did a good job of not getting sucked in and just sticking with that wide receiver who was getting the ball in the reverse for a 10-yard loss. Great
9-yard loss to the 11. It's 2nd down and 19. Snap it. Run it, stretch play left.
Outside.
And it's well played and got him stopped. So the defense is doing an excellent job against the run. That was Ishmael Landers on the carry. And again, Alfonso, boy, what a series he's having.
It really is. He great job there on that one, too. And, just 2 really good plays defensively.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So we'll take the break. At the end of one, our score is St. Augustine 7, Brother Martin nothing. We'll check in with Hart Pisani when we return. This is Brother Martin Football on CrescentCitySports.com and at WGSO 990 AM. Second quarter set to begin with St. Aug on top 7-0. Ken Trahan, Lenny Sumich, and Chandler Rose will check in with Hart Pisani after this play. It's going to be 3rd down and 19 as Brother Martin tries to get a stop. St. Aug would like to perhaps change that here. They got a long way to go on 3rd and 19. And a flag comes down, and the runner's loose, and he's got a first down. There is a flag down on the play, so we'll check that. But that was a play that popped wide open, straight up the gut for a big game. But again, a flag down as Mahmoud Bailey got his first carry. And he took off, but this one looks like it's coming back.
Yeah, the Crusaders caught a break there, because 3rd and 19, they pick it up on the draw play, but it looks like they got a hold there that kind of helped them out. So at least I hope so.
Yeah, it was a good call.
Well, they're not. They're going forward.
Goodness gracious.
No.
This looks like it's going to be picked up, and they're having a talk. And it looks like Mahmoud Bailey just came up with a big first down as he raced 22 yards for a first down.
I don't know. Maybe it was offsides. I didn't see the signal.
No, it wasn't offsides because it was holding defense.
Yeah, looks
holding
like
on a defense on a running play.
Yes,
wow.
sir. So that was the call.
How is that possible?
Well, it just happened. So that's all I can tell you, one way or the other.
Sweet baby.
It's a first down at the 33, 22 yards. We will check in with Hart, I promise, in a moment. Snap it. Going to run a counter play left with LaFrance to the 35, and he's down. Let's check in with Hart Pisani on the Brother Martin sideline. Hart, what's going on?
Hi, Ken. Despite penalty issues early on, Coach Mark Bonice has been motivating his players, clapping his hands, telling them it's still early, keep in this. Whether that'll be enough to match up with this lightning speed of St. Augustine's defense, we'll see. Back to you, Ken.
All right, thank you. It's 2nd down and 8 from the 35. Snap it. Gonna keep it, and White has some room. 35 and skirts out of bounds at about the 41. He really looked like he wanted to turn that up because the marker was only 2 yards in front of him.
Yeah, he just kind of got to the sidelines there, Kenny. Thought he was going to turn it up too, but for whatever reason he ran out of bounds. But boy, this is another big 3rd down coming up here for the Crusaders here, Chad. You gave up that big 3rd 19, unfortunately, give that up here. But boy, it'd be nice to get him a stop here and get the offense the ball back.
It is 3rd and 2 after the gain of 6 yards on the play at the 41-yard line. Purple Knights in their own territory.
Down low in the field.
Motion into the formation, keeping it White left side. He's hit and stopped.
Great
Short
stop.
Of a first
Great
down.
tackle.
Outstanding defensive play for
nice
Brother Martin
job.
by 24, Brendan Brown.
Yeah, Brandon Brown's a heck of a football player. Came up, made a big stop there on the third down play, put in fourth down and short for the St. Aug Purple Knights here. And
offense is still on the field, but
they may try to quick kick it like they did a minute ago.
It's a gain of 1. It's fourth down, and
especially on their side of the field. But you never know.
It is fourth down and about a half yard, so they are lined up to go for it. But stay tuned. This is a big play. Fourth down and a half a yard. White is in shotgun. We'll see what they elect to do here.
Don't jump. They jump.
St. Aug jumped. All right.
It looked like St. Augustine jumped.
That was St. Aug.
Sure did look like St. Augustine jumped inside. Should cost them 5 yards, and that would clearly force a punt here. This will be the first penalty on the Purple Knights in the game.
Yeah, and I just got a text from Lou Provenzano, my left tackle back in the day, Lenny, and you know, he said it. He goes, hey, undisciplined teams, they get the most penalties, and we got to stop that. You know, there's got to be a way that, you know, for whatever reason we get all these penalties, but there's no way we're going to beat a good team like St. Aug with all these penalties.
No, you need to minimize the mistakes, that's for sure.
Nobody back to field the punt, and I'm not sure why. It's going to cost them an enormous amount of field position. I mean, 4th and 6, you had to know they were punting there, but they did, and it turns out good for St. Aug. Pin them back to the 16-yard line. I understand that you're concerned about the fake, but on 4th and 6, you have to expect a punt.
Especially after the penalty, Kenny. You would think they're definitely going to punt the ball there, but anyway, for whatever reason, they did not put anybody back to field that. Good punt for St. Augustine, good field position, a switch of the field position, I should say, for St. Aug. And Brother Martin's going to be deep in their territory to start this drive, and just got to minimize the mistakes here.
Well, the other factor there is that he's kicked the ball low, and it's bouncing every time because he's kicking very low kicks. So you really want somebody back there to field
on this turf,
ball
you're going to get
Alfonso did last time.
Exactly.
So 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Brother Martin operates.
I would like to see them try to open this defense up a little bit here, Chad. Maybe throw the ball on first down and try to loosen up that defense.
Snap it, fake it, give it, actually. Not a fake. He faked me out. But nothing happened for Smith. He did get a couple. Fought forward and then got driven back. Just hard sledding in there for Brother Martin.
Yeah, and that's the difference, Lenny. You know, Bruce Jordan Swilling, we've seen that same play, but it would be 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4. But now, you know, Smith, he just doesn't have enough to move that pile. So,
I mean, different between a 220-pound running back and a 160-pound running back.
Yeah, you know,
he did get 4 yards in 2nd and 6.
That's impressive. He got 4 yards. But, Brother Martin's going to have to find a way to move the chains a little bit better than what they're doing.
2nd down and 6, motion across the formation. Gilliatt. Pierce wants to throw. Does in the middle of Faust. He's at the 20, 25, first down, 30.
Keep going.
Faust all the way out near the 35. Nice underneath route to Brady Faust and a first down. Brother Martin, a gain of about 15.
Yeah, Brady Faust did a good job on that screen there, kind of inside screen there. Chad kind of got it to him, had some blocking out in front of him, and then did a good job picking up that first down. He's a kid who's a junior now who actually played all of last year as a sophomore and is a good football player.
Yeah, and it's right in that soft zone, Lenny. Those safeties are back, 10, 12 yards, and he threw it right in that soft zone. So that's that vulnerable position you were talking about before that Brother Martin can start attacking.
On first down, Pierce a delay, keeps it, nice play, 40 and out to about the 42.
That's what you need there, Chad. You need Pierce to be a weapon running the football. You know, this offense is lacking, like we mentioned before, the home run threat, so to speak, and you need to take advantage of everything you have. And J.P. Pierce, as a runner, is a threat and a weapon that this offense needs to take advantage of.
Yeah, and St. Aug's defense is taking away Smith. They're not going to let Smith beat him tonight, so Pierce is going to have to step up and make big plays.
And when he makes plays like that, it's going to loosen up everything.
Gain of 6 at 2nd and 4. Playing ahead of the chains is a rarity here, and it helps. Motion into the formation. Snap it. They're running inside with Smith. He hits a brick wall. Got no gain. I mean, he ran into a brick wall. Just no chance for him to get going, as St. Augustine was there to meet him, as Kendrick Hills was there to meet him, the senior. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 yards to go.
And this is my question, Lenny, is when Pierce, that can't be a read, because if he's reading that, he's pulling that ball, running around the left side and getting 5, 6, 7 yards for a first down. He's giving it to Smith, who's meeting 5 players in the hole. So Pierce has got to be able to pull that and run around that left end.
On 3rd and 4, St. Aug's showing blitz.
That's why
Martin holds their position. Gets what he wants from the sideline now. Play clock down to 4 to 2. And they got it off, and they fake it. Pierce rolling left, stops, heavy pressure, sack. Great play defensively, not going for the fake and making the play on the sack for St. Augustine was number 56, Christopher Confident, how often have we called his name early in this game? He has been outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting back there. Good job for the defense for going in there and not getting sucked in on any play actions, knowing it's 3rd and 5, and just, having contained and making sure Pierce, stays in the pocket. But, good job by St. Aug's defense.
Yeah, very good job.
Allowing Brother Martin's, to get that first down.
Yeah,
Loss of 13 in a punting situation.
No chance for Brother Martin on that play. Great job by St. Aug's defense.
Alfonso to punt it away.
Close
End over
again
end
there,
kick. Bounces at the 40. Picked up at the 32. Stiff arm. And back out of bounds at about the 40-yard line on the return is number 15, Broderick Martin. St. Augustine will have good field position near the 40 with 7:05 to play in the half, leading 7-0.
Yeah, Lenny, I mean, we're starting to see, Coach LeBlanc and Mark Bernice trying to pick at that defense and starting to see those soft areas, but we got to start attacking it more aggressively. We're seeing that, the drag to the tight end and the pop pass to the wide receiver, or the quick slant where that zone is soft, but that dive to Smith in the middle, we know that's just not effective. If you're not pulling the ball, running around the end with Pierce, there's no point in running that dive.
That's not going to work real well until the defense is loosened up. Until you pull a guy out of there, making them respect whether it is the seam route by the tight end or slant route or what have you.
1st and 10 from the 39. Fake it, wants to throw it, he does, and that's caught across the 45, 46, maybe the 47-yard line as Joseph Walker, who had the touchdown reception earlier.
Good play there, good design there, kind of the fake, kind of froze the linebackers for a second, and just a quick turnaround after about 8 yards, and a nice play by St. Aug on 1st down.
Yeah, White, is doing exactly what we saw Warren Eason do. They're taking what Brother Martin's defense is giving them, and those cornerbacks are playing 6-7 yards off the ball. So St. Aug will take a,
2nd and 2
hitch pass
at the 47-yard line. 3 receivers set, twin running backs.
Get the
Ball goes over his head. He picks it up. White tries to come back, and he gets blasted back at about the 33-yard line.
You're going to feel that one.
Big time hit delivered by 33, Jack Romano.
Jack Romano.
Big loss.
I tell you what, he hits a lot better than his dad used to hit back in the day, Chad. That's for sure. Jeez. Chip never hit anybody that hard.
Well, he got there, first of all. That's
Chip was a lot slower, too. Great job there by Romano, though. Kind of a bad snap there, and we made him pay for it there and put him in 2nd and very, 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 very long. 3rd and long.
It's the 2nd aborted play they've had, and a big loss, 13 yards. So they've had 2 aborted plays on bad snaps for a loss of 25 yards.
Yeah, that's just that's something that that St. Aug kind of is helping Brother Martin out in that situation. Those negative plays kind of keep Brother Martin's defense in a good position there, and we have to make them take advantage. Take advantage of the situation.
It's what you call hidden yardage when it doesn't show up in terms of the individual's rushing yardage because it's a bad snap and aborted play, but that hidden yardage is huge in football games all the time.
Yeah, absolutely, but to St. Aug's credit, as negative it has been, they didn't turn the ball over though. Those are 2 plays that easily could have gone as a turnover and made Brother Martin in good field position.
But it's a momentum killer. I mean, that is absolutely a momentum killer. Now, if Brother Martin, can get St. Aug to punt the ball, we still got 6 minutes to go in this half, and we're only down 7 points, and that was from a big play. So, if we can get the offense to freaking get any kind of momentum and get points on the board, we're sitting right where we want.
Well, first, though, we have to stop them.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
We gave up a 3rd and 19 a few minutes ago, so it's 3rd and 15 now, and let's get off the field first.
3rd and 15 at the 34. Counter play coming. Left side, nothing there.
Nice play.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage, and St. Augustine
somebody
will
return
have to
the punt,
the ball.
Let's put somebody back to field the punt first.
Right.
Nice play by the defense. That was a nice series there. They took advantage of the negative play by St. Aug, and big 3rd down stop, and you get the field the ball back here, and hopefully with pretty good field position. St. Aug's punter has not exactly been booming them back.
No, you got to play short, and you got to feel those bouncing balls if you can, because it'll save a lot of field position, much like
you only got 5 minutes left in the quarter, so.
He's only 25, 30 yards from the line of scrimmage here, so he's not expecting a big punt here, which was expected.
And they're late getting an 11th man on the Purple Knights.
Very late.
And they really get confused with the formation. Now they get it set. The max protect 3-man wall. This time the punt is high. First time fair catch called for. And
Pretty
a good
good
job by
punt.
Faust to handle it at the 30. Nice punt. So he's kicked bouncing balls previously, or they have, and this time Jala hits it well. And Brother Martin will start from its own 30 with 4:48 to play in the half, and it remains 7-0. St. Augustine on top.
But this is a big series here coming up for the offense. You're down 7 here with about 4.5, 5 minutes left in the half, and you're going to get the ball to start the second half as well. If we can put something together here, Chad, and hopefully get some points, that would really be big going into halftime in the second half. But boy, you don't want to do anything to give St. Aug the ball here in good territory. So let's get some first downs and move the ball a little bit.
From the 30-yard line, first down and 10 yards to go, Brother Martin. And they'll try to get something going here. Motion into the formation, across the formation more. And a counter play inside with Smith. Has some room, 35, and now it's about the 37. Good crevice there created by the offensive line, and a gain of about 7.
Yeah, it is. But, but they're going to have to get out of their comfort zone a little bit. We're in our own side of the field. It's 4 minutes and counting right now, Lenny. And, St. Aug's probably willing to give up 4, 5, 6 yards of play. They're not going to let Brother Martin pop or get a big play, but they're going to have to find those areas in that soft zone where they can get chunks of yards because time's running down.
Second down and 3 at the 37. Counter play right, big loss. Smothered. Big loss for Smith of about 4 yards. Dante Carter was just in the backfield and there to swallow him up.
I don't understand. They don't seem to want to throw the ball here, Chad. I don't know if he didn't have the weapons, don't have the confidence in their receivers, or whether it's something on Pierce. But, unless it's obvious throwing situation.
Like right now.
Like third and 7. They don't seem to want to throw the ball here. But, looking at this, and St. Aug knows this, and they're stacking the line of scrimmage in running situations and making us pay for it. And then, when it comes 3rd and 7, it makes it that much more difficult to convert.
3rd and 7 for the Crusaders at the 33. Motion Perenni, slots left, and Pierce rolls left. Looking, throwing a long out, diving effort made up at about the 45, but he didn't catch it. Incomplete. Well, it's a tough throw and catch to make there. Rolling left, and a good diving effort made by Nick Turner, but couldn't pull it in.
It was, but the situation was there. It's 3rd and 7. You got the quarterback running for his life in the backfield, and he's got to turn and try to square his hips.
Yeah.
And he just can't. That's a tough throw.
And Dante Carter limping off the field, their big defensive tackle, who's such a force.
Oh, he went down as soon as he hit the sideline.
Seems like he's
that's
cramping.
not good. You hope it's a cramp.
His hamstring. That might be a cramp.
Hope that's what it is. He has some force for them.
I felt the field shake when he landed on the sidelines over there. That's a big boy.
Boy.
Punt is away by Alfonso.
Kicks
Kicks it away from the receiver. It's going to go out of bounds in good territory for St. Aug up at the 45-yard line. So Purple Knights will get it at their own 45 with 3:22 to play in the half, and it remains 7-0 St. Augustine.
Yeah, this offense is inept, Lenny. I mean, there's no other two words about it. I can't paint a pretty picture. They're inept. They got to find a way to just poke holes in that defense. And you're right. We've seen Pierce. He's an effective quarterback. He throws the ball well. Faust and he has some receivers that can catch the ball. But don't limit him by putting him in an obvious passing down situation. Do play action and let's go. Throw the ball on first, second down and get that yardage.
1st and 10 at the 45. White play fakes, wants to throw. He's going to go deep. He's got a man down there. The throw is incomplete. Just over the outstretched hands of Walker, who had his man beat. But the throw carried about 2 yards too far.
Just a little bit too far there, Chad. I tell you what, if he half a yard short, and that's a touchdown. And Brother Martin caught a break there because cornerback was beat out on the left corner on that fly route. Boy, I tell you what, St. Aug almost had us there.
Yeah, and they're going to test it because Brother Martin's been sitting in that same formation.
On 2nd and 10, they run a delay play inside and get about 3, maybe 4 yards. Which will create about a 3rd and 6 as Mahmoud Bailey had the carry.
I'm surprised St. Aug doesn't start using timeouts right now.
Bailey gets it to the 44, gain of 4. It's 3rd and 6.
Yeah, it depends on what they do on this 3rd down here. If we stop, I think we may use a timeout. If they
get a first down,
they're going to hustle it up here, that's for sure.
3rd and 6 at the 49-yard line. Here's White off the fake. White rolls left. White under pressure. White to the corner. White got a block. White is going to go down short of the first down at the Brother Martin 48-yard line, where it's going to be 4th down and 3.
I decide not to let the clock run here on 4th and 3.
Brother Martin needs it to call a timeout right now.
Well, they're on the plus side of the field, and they have to always be concerned about going for it or a fake here. St. Aug is gathered around their coach on the sideline.
They got to punt right here. There's no way.
You would think so, the way their defense is playing. Sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
they got to punt.
where their defense is playing, where
But they're going to
our
line
offense
up
is
with their
playing.
offense
Yeah,
on the
7
field.
points might be enough to
And
win
they
the game.
kicked it earlier. It looks like they're going
Put
for it.
somebody
4th
back,
and 3 at the
guys.
48. Twin receivers right. They do go for it. They run it to
Wow.
the outside,
Wow.
and he's
God,
not going to go
why?
anywhere.
Why?
And Brother
Why?
Martin's get the ball near
That is-
midfield.
Oh, you gotta make him
Malu
pay for
Bailey
that
loses
now,
a
guys.
yard. That's a big decision.
God, why that is, but that's St. Aug. We've seen that, Lenny. That's what they do. You know, they do the unpredicted, but the unpredictable. But man, that is why I don't understand with your defense playing the way they are against Brother Barnes' offense. Why would you even take that chance? Punt it to the 20-yard line and just go in for the halftime.
I agree with you, Chad, but they didn't do that and said Brother Martin's going to get the ball near midfield here. And I'll tell you what, I would love to see Parente on a seam route and just fake the dive, pull it up, and throw Parente on a seam route. I promise you get 30 yards.
I'm amazed that they just gave Brother Martin the ball near midfield with 2:01 to
gift.
play in the half.
Now you need to make them pay for it.
A lot of confidence in his defense, Al Jones, to make that move. 1st and 10, Brother Martin. Great field position at the 49. Plenty of time. 2 timeouts as well. Motion and run Smith. Smith bouncing it outside. Has
Outside.
room. 50. He's got blocking.
Get out of
45,
bounds.
40.
Get out of bounds.
First down and
There you
goes
go.
out of bounds near
Great
the
play.
St. Augustine 36-yard line.
Nice play.
Yeah, good job by the front 5. You know, Fleetwood, Grubbs, Aurelia, those guys, you know, we've been calling them all, you know, it seems like forever, Lenny. A lot of those guys are returning starters, but they did a good job. You know, as I say that, now we got Big Carter coming back on the field, a 315-pound nose guard, and I think that's
Big
being
difference
generous
when he
at
wasn't in there,
315.
right?
They got that cramp worked out.
Right.
15-yard gain, 1st and 10 at the St. Aug 36, a minute 52 to play in the half. Pierce runs it inside. Smith has room. He's at the 30 and bounces down to about the 27.
Watch the clock, guys. Watch
Another
the
good
clock,
run
Coach.
there and a gain of about 8.
Yeah, good job going over the same on the left side, you know, running behind big number 77. But Zachary Bro and hey, we're getting yards, but, you know, we down to 136, 135 right now. Brother Martin's got to get on the line and call a play.
Plenty of time with 2 timeouts left, but they're taking their time getting players on the field. Favs comes out. Gilliard comes in. Clock still running. A minute 23 and counting. 1st, 2nd, and 2 at the 28. Pierce, pistol formation. A lot of time here.
Come on,
Play
guys.
clock all the way down to 5, and they're
come
confused as
on.
can be. And they had to blow a timeout.
Yeah.
So they took all the time in the world
And
there
then
and
called
then
the
had to take a
timeout.
timeout.
They blew 30 seconds off the clock. That's
Not ideal, just
Now,
poor
I-
execution.
I got a question. Brother Martin was on the line of scrimmage. They didn't huddle, and they substituted wide receivers. Why wasn't that an illegal formation?
I couldn't agree more because you're already at the line of scrimmage.
I don't know.
I
So
agree with
shouldn't
you.
that have been?
Yeah.
Shouldn't that have been
Right. Once
an
you
illegal-
break the huddle. Right.
Correct, and
Yes.
they didn't call it there. So
No.
okay,
I'm surprised.
yeah.
They
'Cause
missed it.
I didn't think you could substitute when you're on the line of scrimmage. I don't
Did
know,
have
maybe
to
Mark-
take the timeout. They'll have 1 left with a minute 13 left. And, boy, points are huge here. Any kind of points.
anything.
Because
Get on the
this
board.
Brother Martin defense has really played well. They've given
They
up
had
one play.
They gave it one play.
Yeah.
You're right, absolutely right, Kenny. They gave one big play, and that's about it. They played actually a great first half, and the offense needs to help them out a little bit here. You first give them a little bit of a rest, and boy, it would be so big to get points going into halftime, and then to get the ball to start the second half. But you need to take advantage of this opportunity, that's for sure.
So 2nd and 2 at the 28. Plenty of time to come up with a play here. Minute 13 to play in the half. Smith behind Pierce in the pistol. Motion Gilliard. Snap it. And slipping and falling.
Was that a
and
fumble?
lost the
He
ball.
fumbled.
He
I think
fumbled
he
the ball.
fumbled the ball.
First of all, it should have been down because he fumbled the ball after he hit the ground, but they're not going to
Gilliard
get that.
fumbled it. Brother Martin saying they've got it. St. Aug saying they've got it. Who
Not only
does?
might we got it, we might have got the first down with it.
We'll see. They're trying to figure out who's got the ball.
And
It's a wrestling match.
I want to say Smith ran into
Brother
his own
Martin's got the
player.
ball.
Yeah,
They got the ball, and it's right near the marker.
yeah. That was a disastrous play. The wide receiver went in the motion. At the same time, it seemed like Pierce and Smith was going through their rotation of going through the handoff rotation, and it looked like he collided, and the ball
Yeah.
came out, but it came forward. Smith was able to get on the ball.
Maybe I couldn't tell, but it looked like he hit the ground and then the ball came out.
It's
Then
going to
they
be a
called it
1 yard
fumble.
gain to the 27. It's 3rd and less than a yard.
And the clock's running, too. So here we go.
Got to be on the ball, and they're substituting. Boy, taking a lot of time.
They stopped. They blew
Now
the
they
whistle.
stopped it. Okay.
No, the clock's running.
No?
No, they stopped it.
But something's going on.
55 seconds left in the quarter, or in the half. Play is stopped at the moment. They might want to measure is what they're looking at. Now they
Well,
finally
they got
gonna
to put
say,
more time back on the clock if they're going to measure it.
Well, they're not going to measure. They looked at it hard and then decided not to.
All right, it's going to be third and half a yard.
They're down less than a yard, and the clock's running, and they're not on the ball. Again, taking a lot of time here with one timeout left. Got to get it going here. Clock down to 44 seconds. Fakes it, keeps it on a Wildcat play, and they'll fight for the first down. Grudgingly, that was Alfonso. We'll stop the clock at the moment, but they've got to be
you better be on
the ball.
Yeah, you better be ready to go. Come on, 39 seconds here, and you got the ball at the 20, 25, 26-yard line.
Yeah, you got to get up.
High school.
Gain of 2 for Alfonso and a first down at the 25, and the clock is running 35, 34 and counting. And again, long snap count here. Takes the snap, throws it outside, incomplete. Well, at least that stops the clock.
Yeah.
27 seconds left. Did not look good from the start. Those flat passes have not been good.
No, they've not been there tonight.
No, I mean, when St. Aug's been showing cover 2, they've been sitting in cover 2. And let me tell you, those cornerbacks are licking their chops. They thinking if Pierce keeps throwing those outside passes, they're going to get their hands on the ball.
Pierce now 3 for 6, 29 yards. Second down, 10 yards to go. At the 25 with 27 seconds left and a half.
Run the seam route.
Twins right, single receiver left. Snap it.
There it is.
Peretti does
right
reverse.
there. Pop pass, you got him.
Down the middle, he caught it. He's at the 10.
Great
and
call,
down
Coach.
there at about
Great
the
call.
10. First down. We'll stop the clock with 22 seconds left.
Gee, it looks like somebody just said maybe do that.
And that's the cover 2 buster. When you got the tight end running a pop pass right in the middle, those safeties are 10, 15 yards deep.
It's been wide open all night.
Absolutely. You got to hit that
ran the
soft
seam
zone.
route to Parenti, and they make him pay for it. First and goal.
15 yards, first and goal at the 10. Snap it. Pierce wants to throw it.
Can't
now
take
he's
a
in
sack.
trouble. Throws it, and it's incomplete.
God, how was that not a legal man downfield? Look at number 7. Was that Bro? Yeah,
there it is.
I think he just called it.
I think they did call it, and I think it's the right call.
He basically picked up the tackle and ran him into the end zone. Now, I don't know, quarterback got sacked, so is that still a legal man downfield?
He threw the ball.
Did he throw the ball?
He threw the ball, so he didn't get sacked.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the right call.
That's
definitely going to be the call.
You can't do that on a situation.
No.
You can't be more than two yards past the line of scrimmage, and then you do that. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, good call.
So now you make it a first and goal at the 15 or 14-yard line, and if you don't get any more yardage from here, you basically have one play, maybe 2 if you're lucky, and then you got to try to kick a field goal, and that's no gimme at 32 yards in high school.
No, I say you got one play right here. Take a shot in the end zone,
or I say run the seam again.
First and goal at the 15. Snap it with 12 seconds left. Pierce steps up, and he's going to get drilled and tackled, and Brother Martin's got to take its final timeout. 6 seconds left. Pierce sacked, second sack of the game. So Brother Martin down to 6 seconds left and no timeouts remaining. Second sack for the Purple Knights.
The last few plays, you had the one good play to Parenti on the seam route there to pick up the first down and get it within the goal to go. But unfortunately, the Crusaders weren't able to capitalize on it. Now they're going to be forced to kick a field goal here with 6 seconds left. And hopefully we can get some points here and not blow this opportunity.
Yeah, and I don't think that was a design quarterback draw either, Lenny. I think they were trying to get Parenti in that little pod pass in the seam. But he just, the pressure was just too great. He just couldn't get it up and over.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He took off pretty quick. I don't know if the pressure was there or what it was.
I don't know. I think he saw the rush. And tried to avoid the rush. But it looked like Parenti was trying to get out in the open.
Boy, I tell you what, it'd be nice to get some points here, though, before halftime. This could kind of be a big momentum swing here. If we can get some points here and make it a 7-3 game going into half and then taking the second half kickoff to start the third quarter.
We're going to check in with Hart Pisani, try to get Mark Bonis at the half here as soon as he comes off the field. And Brother Martin will have 6 seconds left, and they will send on Jack Landry to try what will amount to a 33-yard field goal. Pretty good angle, pretty much center of the field here.
Come on, let's get this. Let's get these points.
33-yard field goal attempt by Landry on what could be the final play of the half.
Wait, they're going to stop it here. Something's going on. Referee wasn't on the field yet.
No, he wasn't. They were talking over on the side.
Well, the referee, they hadn't blown the play ready to.
Now ready.
There we go.
From 33 yards out. Good snap. Good spot.
Got it.
Kick is hit well. And Landry has knocked it through.
That was big.
On the final play of the first half, Jack Landry.
Good job, guys.
A
Good job,
33-yard
guys.
field
That's
goal.
big.
And that puts us to halftime with St. Augustine's lead now 7-3 over Brother Martin. And that was the final play of the half. That's how you want to end the half, right?
Well,
Score
you're not
points,
kidding.
huh?
You get some points. Obviously, you'd like 7, but we'll take the 3 for sure. And 7th, well, what the officials here sitting there talking? I'm wondering.
Well, the half's over, so it doesn't matter.
I kind of looked. They were kind of discussing.
I was
worried for a second there, Kenny. Things haven't gone well this year. I'm just a little nervous. That's all.
I got it. As an 8-play drive, 8 plays, 32 yards, and 2:01 off the clock. And remember, it came after St. Augustine decided they were going to go for it.
That's crazy.
Right around midfield, and really, it wasn't
3 points.
Yeah, it wasn't a real short yardage. I mean, it was not like a 1 yard situation
it was
at all.
4th and 3, 4th and 4. But yeah, to only be down 4 points right now, Lenny, Brother Martin, it seems like they got the momentum going into the locker room. But for having the penalties that they did, for giving up the one play, Brother Martin's really got to feel good going into the locker room right now.
I agree with you. You get a little momentum here, get a little points on the board, give the offense a little bit of a taste of success there, and then hopefully you can do something with the second half kickoff.
But mark my words, write this down. Brother Martin's cornerbacks will be tested in the second half.
I agree with you.
They absolutely will be tested. If they sit in that cover 3 and St. Aug's going to see that, hey, we'll take our chances. We're going to throw that ball up in the air. We're going to take our chances with our wide receivers going over the corners. We've seen Peddle do it. We've seen Warren Easton do it. It's just too tempting. So hopefully the coaches are in there making adjustments right now, because that will happen before this game's over.
Well, a good way to end the half for Brother Martin is they cut the deficit to 7-3 at the half against the St. Augustine Purple Knights. And we will take a timeout, and we shall return with more of our halftime show in just a moment. We'll also visit with Dr. Benny Jones coming up. Glad you're with us as we march on. You are watching and listening to Brother Martin football at CrescentCitySports.com and through WGSO 990 AM. At the half, the Brother Martin Band is on the field, and it is St. Augustine on top of the Crusaders by the score of 7-3. St. Augustine took the opening kickoff, and they drove 57 yards and 6 plays, a minute 46 off the clock. Josh White, 45 yards to Joseph Walker on the bomb, and the extra point good by Sims made it 7-0 with 10:14 to play in the first quarter. Brother Martin kept it close by playing good defense throughout and finally capitalized on a short field and kicked a field goal in the final play of the first half, a 33-yarder by Jack Landry, and they cut the deficit to 7-3 at halftime here at Tad Gormley Stadium. This is the final game of the Archbishop Hanning Classic 2017. We've been a big part of this. Last night we had Holy Cross and Jesuit here at Tad Gormley, live at CrescentCitySports.com. Earlier this afternoon we had Archbishop Rummel and Archbishop Shaw live on WGSO 990 AM, and tonight here we have St. Augustine Brother Martin live at CrescentCitySports.com and on WGSO 990 AM. This commemorates a great man, and it also provides tremendous support for the schools, both spiritually and financially. Joining us to talk about that a little bit now is our good and great friend, Dr. Benny Jones. Benny, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, Ken. Great night for football. It's a little cool, and that makes it good for the spectators.
Yeah, we got the icebox going up here too.
You're exactly right. This place must be about 60 degrees.
So, how many years now for the Archbishop Hanning Classic?
Yeah. Well, let me also add that Riverside and De La Salle was part of this.
Yes.
The deal also. That. Yeah. I think this is our 12th year, Kenny. we sort of had an interruption after Katrina for a few years, and trying to find a sponsor this year. Royal Honda, Vernon Brinson and Steve Brinson stepped up to the plate and, made it possible for this to happen. I mean, they pick up the stadium costs, they pick up the officials' costs, and they pick up the ambulance costs, for these games, which is a huge saving, for the teams, but also the opportunity to honor a man that did a whole lot for the city of New Orleans, Archbishop Hannon. I want to thank J.T. Hannon for allowing us, the family, for allowing us to use his name with this event and just honor him and the things he did in Washington, D.C. and also here in New Orleans after Katrina.
Well, he's a wonderful man. I had the chance to meet him and talk to him. Just one of the nicest people you'd ever meet. His legacy is secure in this community. School named after him as well on the North Shore. And obviously a guy that everybody has tremendous appreciation for and always will. And this, of course, will honor him for hopefully years to come.
Exactly. And it's a matter of we've got some great teams, some great matchups as far as that's concerned. And so it's just it's one of those kind of things that everything fits together and it's operating the way it should. So we're very fortunate.
No, it is indeed, and obviously some good crowds at these games by and large, and the games haven't been quite as competitive as we thought they'd be, except for this one.
Yeah,
I mean, De La Salle was just terrific against Riverside. Of course, Archbishop Rummel too much for Archbishop Shaw, and Holy Cross just exploded on Jesuit. Jesuit came back, made it somewhat competitive, but again, not as close as we would have thought with these rivalry games until this one here tonight.
Yeah, well, Kenny, as you know, I appreciate football, and that's always one of the things that teams in high school, it's very hard to stay on top all the time, and that's why you appreciate those teams who do. But at some point in most people's career as a coach, you've got to reload, and some of the teams are doing that, and we wish them luck in the future.
Indeed, and of course the pageantry always great. I know you enjoy watching the halftime shows. You've been around this a lot. You've been an official, you've been a chaplain, you've been all over this with high school football, and it's always fun to watch what takes place at halftime, isn't it?
You're exactly right, and that's the thing that people don't understand about, many people don't understand about high school football. Where do the college players come from? They come from high school. Where does an NFL guy come from? He comes from high school. This is where, this is the training ground for the things that are going to come, they're going to come in the future. So when you come out here and you see a Tanner or you see a Fournette or you see somebody like that, it's like this kid's got a future, not only in college but also in the professional ranks. And you get to see him at a special time in his life. He's not a millionaire yet. He's not being I can guarantee you this.
Yeah.
I don't know any high school coach that pampers his players, okay? It doesn't matter up and down the line, whether you're the star quarterback or running back, you're still out there doing all the exercises and doing everything everybody else's is. Nobody gets an excuse.
No doubt about it, and it's always fun. Now we'll get the St. Augustine Marching 100 taking to the field here momentarily. Always enjoy being here and watching the Ferris wheel just going round and round here next door, and wonderful amusement park and city park. Such a great venue and historic setting. I know it was a great setting at Mickey Roussel Field last night in reserve, where I've been many times, and Joe Yenny's a really nice venue where we were earlier today. So all in all, very good. Tell everybody about what you're doing now these days, Benny. So many years with FCA and now moving on to another ministry, aren't you?
It was 22 years with FCA, and now I've taken a position with Athletes in Action, basically doing the same kind of stuff. Working with athletes, working with coaches, raising funds. I mean, that's all part of it. To fund things like this event, overseeing the Bobby Bowden Award. Just, still doing many of the same types of things, being involved, with the coaches, whether it's on the high school level, collegiate level, professional level, and just bringing the gospel to them, trying to be a light, in this world.
Well, that's good. And Athletes in Action has been around for a long time as well, haven't it?
They've been around since 1951. I didn't, I got to tell you, I didn't know much about them. Even as I worked with FCA, is that the parent corporation is called Campus Crusade, and they are a 25,000 employee organization. Now, I got to tell you something. That puts them in the category with a Freeport. That puts them in that kind of a category that they've got that many employees. I mean, 25,000 is huge. They're number 25 on the Forbes list of charities, top 100 charities. They last year they brought in $545 million funds as far as that's concerned. One of the bigger things is they're in 109 countries. One of the things they do is they have the Jesus Film Project. They have it over 1,500 languages around the world. So it's a great organization. I'm learning more and more. I just spent 8 terrible days in Orlando, learning about the organization, that kind of stuff. They basically had to drag me over there and tie me down and make me stay. So,
am I supposed to believe that?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so anyway, great organization as all Christian organizations are, and looking forward to doing some things and seeing where God's going to lead.
Good stuff, Dr. Benny Jones, obviously. And, of course, it was great to have all coaches at the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club this past Tuesday at Rock and Bowl. Luncheon's every Tuesday at noon at Rock and Bowl. And it's a good venue, good food. Gail Benson will be among the speakers this coming Tuesday. So it's open to the public. It's $25 a person, $20 for members. And as mentioned, a really good venue, good food, and always good to hear speakers on the Saints, LSU, Tulane, and Prep, right?
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I liked the first week when the Saints had lost on Monday night, and Ed Daniels gets up and says, "Okay, guys, I went to bed last night, and this morning I woke up and the season's over."
Yeah.
15 games, the season's over. You can forget about it. But it is always interesting because you've got people that are involved, with the sports, whether it's Tulane, LSU, Prep, the Saints, and very knowledgeable people. So it's always enjoyable to hear, what they have to say.
Well, it is indeed, and obviously we look forward to it each and every Tuesday. Marlon Favorite will be there to speak for LSU. Jeff Conway, the Tulane wide receivers coach. JT Curtis will be the Phi School coach from John Curtis Christian. That's this coming Tuesday at noon at Rock and Bowl at 3016 South Carrollton Avenue, corner of Earhart. Hope to see you there. Open to everyone, and we sure hope that you'll come and enjoy like many people do. Again, 7-3 St. Augustine leading Brother Martin at the half. And the Purple Knight, the Marching 100, performing as we speak. Good crowd here tonight. Beautiful weather today. Still warm, but really mild considering. And, of course, the humidity down. And that's always what's important, isn't it, Benny?
I'm telling you, as an official, you love this. I mean, I can tell you there have been many times coming off the field, and you're just as drained as the players. According to statistics, an official runs about 3 miles, during a normal game. Mm-hmm. And you can imagine these are, you're sprinting, you're stopping, you're sprinting, you're stopping. And during all that time, you've got to think and hopefully think well. So it's, but on a night like tonight, I mean, it's just enjoyable to be out there.
Well, it is. And, of course, we want to salute you and thank you for all that you do and to keep up the good work that you're doing in the community, and looking forward to what God has in store for you with Athletes in Action.
Well, thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it also. It's something that I enjoy the sports. I enjoy being around, people that are in sports. I understand the games. That's the reason why I officiate, and just enjoy, seeing the bands play, the cheerleaders, the drill teams. I mean, it's just all, part of the pageantry of high school football.
Outstanding. Well, Benny, listen, thank you for being here. Thank you for the Archbishop Hannon Classic. Thanks for your friendship, and God bless you and your family.
Thank you, sir. And I want to thank JT Hannon again and Royal Honda for allowing us to do this and put this on. Without them, it wouldn't exist. Thank you,
Ben. Appreciate it, man. That's Benny Jones. As we appreciate you and appreciate the Archbishop Hannon Classic. It's halftime here, and it's 7-3. The lead for St. Augustine over Brother Martin. Ken Trahan with you. Lenny Sumich and Chandler Rose will rejoin us shortly. Art Pisani will talk with Mark Moniz when Brother Martin emerges from the locker room. This portion of Crescent City Sports Prep Football is presented by UO College Inn and Rock and Bowl. Catch 90 Degrees West tonight in the Iguanas next Saturday at Rock and Bowl. And every Tuesday, it's the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club. Luncheons at noon. What a bank. That was ranked among the tops in the nation for business banking. Hancock and Whitney Bank has you covered with nearly 200 locations across the Gulf South. So stop by today. Learn more at HancockWhitney.com. Thanks again to Hancock Whitney Bank and to Rock and Bowl and UO College Inn for their support of our webcasts at CrescentCitySports.com. And once again, our thanks to Dr. Benny Jones for what a great job he does. And just so that people understand, the Archbishop Hannon Classic's been going on, as he mentioned, for almost 15 years. And what they do is this. First of all, commemorates a wonderful man, one of the iconic figures in New Orleans history. But more than that, the schools love it because Dr. Jones raises the money every year to pay for everything. The schools show up, and they owe zero. They show up at these stadiums,
awesome.
and they just make a straight profit thanks to what Dr. Jones has done all these years for the Archbishop Hannon Classic and working with J.T. Hannon, who's a great friend as well. Had all the coaches speaking at the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club. John Norris stood in for Mark Moniz. All the other head coaches from the other 7 schools were there this past week. And again, every one of them could not thank the Archbishop Hannon Classic and Benny Jones more for what they've done. Because, again, it costs money to put these games on. You got to show up, and you got to pay the stadium to be there. And you got to pay officials, and you got to pay the medical.
So go back to Archbishop Hannon for just a second. I know he confirmed me. He probably confirmed you too, Kenny. Probably confirmed you,
He sure
Chad.
did, yeah.
But he was also I know he was a paratrooper in the World War II. He
Yes,
jumped
he
in
was.
with the 101st, and he actually gave the eulogy at JFK's funeral. Believe it or not, I don't know if you knew that.
I did.
He was actually I don't know if he was a bishop, or at least he was a priest in Washington at the time, and he was actually friends with the Kennedy family, and actually he gave the eulogy at JFK's funeral, believe it or not.
I knew that.
He wrote a good book, too. Good biography.
Special guy, just a wonderful person, and somebody that will always be recognized for what he accomplished. And, of course, this event, his legacy carries on. Just going back and looking at what happened in this Archbishop Hannon Classic. Of course, De La Salle 42-21 over Riverside in a statement victory. Just a brilliant
that's a
performance
good football team,
by
isn't it?
De La Salle. They're so good at what they do and very well coached.
Coach Jackalot over there coaching the defense now.
He is
Getting
indeed.
that team right, yeah.
And then
doing good.
the Holy Cross Tigers, very impressive, 31-17 over the Jesuit Blue Jays here at Tad Gormley Stadium last night. Big win for Holy Cross, and they're playing well at 3-2 now. And then earlier this afternoon, Archbishop Rummel just overwhelmed Archbishop Shaw, 56-10. Tommy Connors is a good young coach, and he's going to get it done. It's going to take time. They're starting over again, and Rummel's very good. And then here tonight, of course, in this game at Tad Gormley Stadium to complete that. And then, of course, when you look at Catholic League play, we talked about the Holy Cross victory over Jesuit and the Rummel victory over Shaw. John Curtis had a big win over a really good football team in Warren Easton, 27-21 last night. 2 teams that Brother Martin has faced, and it's conceivable that we could see both of those teams in the Superdome second week of December.
Yeah, Lenny, we were just talking to Coach Curtis. He's back behind us watching the game, and couldn't have a greater coach, nicer guy. But he was saying that Warren Easton team, that's one of the best quarterbacks he's faced in a long time. So that was a good battle down on the Shrine on Airline, I guess they call it. But that's it's good seeing games like that, and just mentioning Coach Curtis, I tell you what, I have the most upright respect for Coach Conlon, Coach Curtis, and Coach Hank Tierney. Those are the 3 guys that I grew up with coaching, and I couldn't have been influenced by a greater bunch of coaches. I remember when I was leaving to go to UCLA, both Coach Curtis and Coach Hank Tierney both said, "Hey, you come to me if you need anything, and we're going to represent you and down here what you did in the Catholic League, and you go out and you represent Louisiana out in California." And some of the most influential coaches that I'm so glad they're still a part, influencing New Orleanians today, and how playing football and how being a good student should be.
Well, good, man, and what a great program they have, and obviously going to be tough to beat the rest of the way. Teams are coming back onto the field. Let's take a look at some of the numbers from the first half here. First downs have been scarce. Each team has just 4 in the first half. Penalties, St. Aug 1 for 5 yards, Brother Martin 6 for 40 yards.
Ouch.
Rushing yards, St. Augustine just 28. Remember, they had those 2 aborted plays. Minus 25 yards. Brother Martin has 36 yards rushing, and passing, St. Aug with 60, 45 on 1 play. Brother Martin with 44. So total yards, St. Aug 88, Brother Martin 80. This is going back to Bob Conlon.
This is like 1977, not 2017.
3 yards and a cloud of dust here.
I like those kind of
at Tad Gormley. Sacks 2 for St. Aug, none for Brother Martin. And if you look at the individual numbers, Garland LaFrance just 4 carries for 9 yards. Ishmael Landers 3 carries, 5 yards. Josh White, the quarterback, has rushed 8 times for 23 yards. Mahmoud Bailey, 4 carries, 25 yards. And Broderick Martin, 1 carry, minus 9 yards on that aborted end around. And Josh White passing the ball is 3 of 5, 60 yards, and 1 touchdown. That was the 45-yarder to Joseph Walker, the 5th. Walker has 2 catches, 53 yards, and the touchdown. For Brother Martin, it's John Paul Pierce, 5 carries, minus 4 yards. Chris Smith is the leading rusher. And Chris Smith thus far has 9 carries for 37 yards. L.J. Gilliott, 1 carry for 1 yard. Matthew Alfonso, 1 carry for 2 yards. Passing, John Paul Vieira is 4 for 8 for 44 yards. Joseph Parenti, 2 catches, 33 yards. Brady Faust, 1 for 16 yards. L.J. Gilliott, 1 for -5 yards, which kind of completes the cycle. And that's where we're at the half, as it's 7-3 as we scour the sideline. And Coach Moniz is already out there. We're seeing if Hart can get with him. At some point, we'll get him over there if possible. We'll get a question or two real quick as they are warming up. Now's the time to do it if you're going to do it. We'll see if we can possibly get him. We'll take a shot at it with the team stretching and warming up. So we'll see. Coach is where's he at? Is he on the sideline? I can't tell. No, he's out on the field. Okay. So, okay, Hart, go right ahead. We'll go with Hart Pisani with Coach Mark Moniz. Hart?
Hey, Coach, so how big do you think was getting that field goal at the end right there?
That helps a little bit. It's a little bit of momentum. As I've been saying, our defense has been playing their butts off last couple of weeks. Got to be able to help them out on special teams and offense. Got to score some points. But roll of our defense right now. Offense, we got to put some things together.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you. Appreciate Hart, and thanks to Mark Moniz for being courteous enough to spend time with us. We might need to turn the air up soon because it's starting to get.
I was starting to notice that.
I think we may have to turn it.
Take care of that, Kenny.
It's going to start crawling down on us, and we're going to have a problem here. So we might dispatch the AC man, Lenny Sumich, to go take care of that to make sure we can still see at some point here. That's always a good thing. You don't want to do that. That makes it worse, but that's okay. All good. Easton said to tell you hello, by the way. He said he'd be checking you out watching tonight. Man.
Coach, tell him we said hello.
Well, he's watching you, so you got him. You got him as we speak. So good performance at halftime by the respective bands from Brother Martin and St. Augustine. And again, these elongated halftimes, this is high school. It's always the case. And we wait. Clock will expire, but then they'll put more time on there, and then
like
we'll wait and play again. It's unbelievable.
It's a Super Bowl halftime. I'm not sure why we need 30 minutes for
I don't get it. I really don't. Because, and people say, well, you missed the entertainment. No, you don't. The entertainment's been done for about 5 minutes now.
Exactly.
So
anyway, they're not going to change it because of
they're not going to change it. I mean, and that's really what it's done is extend the length of the games quite a bit, and it's made it more problematic.
High school football games with no television breaks and 48 minutes should not be 3 hours long.
No.
But they are.
Well, I mean, the champions of the cause now, John Curtis has always played fast games. They're a champion of that. De La Salle definitely that way now with the way they play. Rummel's like that forever and a day with how they played. But so when you drew a game, it's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have a quick one tonight. Or then if you got the spread teams, it's like, man, I'm going to be there for 3.5 hours, dude.
Well,
and
tell
the wife I'll be home late, man.
Yeah, if it's Saturday in September when it's 105 degrees and the kids need a break. But, I mean, not right now. I mean, we could be underway.
It's a really long process. I mean, there's half times we said that earlier today, the game we did earlier, and you have enough time to make adjustments, but hey, I got the spray over here. You can have some fun with it.
It's more fun to kill the ants individually, though, Kenny, than spray them. It's a little more challenging.
We've really eliminated a large portion of them tonight because we did the preemptive spray earlier.
Good.
Really hit them hard. We struck right at the core, and it seemed to have really done the job.
Did the guys last night kind of make it nice for us, or no? Did they do a good job? Did Lenny last night do a good job, or did they clean out the ants, or no?
No, I don't know if he did or not. They did a great job with he and Terrence Jones did the game last night, but I don't know about the ant portion of it. I do know that when I came in today, there were peanut shells all over this thing, and that wasn't Lenny, I can assure you. So I did my best job to clean that up, but then again, that's part of the deal. Now, remember, Brother Martin kicked off to start the game, and St. Aug promptly scored, so the Crusaders will get it first to start the second half and see if they can come out with some good field position here as Kyle Sims will be the man to kick it off. Eric Lasserre will be dropping deep along with L.J. Gilliott for the Crusaders.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward, Lenny, to seeing how the Crusaders offense comes out this series, because I really think Coach LeBlanc, the offensive coordinator, found some weak spots, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit more play action, get that tight end involved a little bit more, and we start seeing a little bit more of those curls, those quick slants where we've seen that soft zone where the Purple Knights have given up yards to Brother Martin's passing attack.
Yeah, they had two passes to the tight end, and that their two biggest plays.
Yeah.
So here's the second half kickoff by Sims, and he hits it high pretty well down the middle. It's going to be fielded by Lasserre at the 6, upfield to the 10 to the 15. He's up around the 20 and runs into a Just a big scrum of players, and is still on his feet. Won't go down, but finally does at about the 19. He wouldn't give up, but a good job on coverage by St. Augustine. Will pin Brother Martin pretty deep to start this possession, first of the third quarter. And it's 7-3 St. Aug on top of Brother Martin. And as the third quarter starts, want the bank named Gambit's best local financial institution for 2016? Then you want Hancock and Whitney Bank with nearly 200 locations across the Gulf South. So stop by today, learn more at HancockWhitney.com. Brother Martin, actually, they're going to say forward progress to the 22. So a little bit better field position than originally thought. 1st and 10 from the 22. Motion across the formation, left Gilliatt. And now, again,
offsides again.
Movement
They
again.
may have jumped, actually. Did they moved? Let's see if they actually
You got to wonder.
It's false start. No question about it. 7th penalty in 45 yards.
Boy, that's not how you want to start this half.
No.
Well, it's tough with all the pre-snap penalties.
There's no excuse for that. I mean, you especially offensively, you know the snap count. I know you get a little jumpy. You worry about that guy if he maybe have a little physical advantage on you, but boy, you know what the snap count is. You need to be still until that ball snaps.
1st and 15 from the 17-yard line, and here is Pierce, wanted to throw an underneath screen. He does, caught by Devon Moore, but he's drilled. Moore might have gotten to the line of scrimmage, so no gain. It's 2nd and 15.
Yeah, that play needs to be further outside. Like you're running a wide receiver screen back into the box, Lenny, where all the big balls and all the meat are. Yeah, you want to get away from those. You want to run that screen to where, we saw him try to do it a couple times on that cover 2 on those cornerbacks, but the cornerbacks made a great job making a tackle. But you're not going to find much success running an inside screen on St. Aug.
Tough sledding up in there.
2nd and 15 at the 17-yard line. Pierce the snap, runs Smith right. Smith is drilled, got a yard or two, but I mean he is just absolutely waylaid back with another big hit delivered by 55. Christopher Confident, what a game he's played.
Yeah,
he's just been all over the field.
He's shutting down that inside zone, that inside dive that Brother Martin's showing. But, St. Aug, they're totally giving up that inside receiver. Brother Martin's coming out with a 3 wide receiver set and playing cover 2. You got the 2 corners on the outside, Lenny. That inside receiver is just wide open.
He's wide
right
open.
Now.
They just
they're daring Brother Martin to throw the ball.
3rd and 13 on the gain of 2 yards. Here's Pearson shotgun against a 4-man front. Fakes it. Heavy pressure, rolls right, got away, looks, throws, sideline, and it's too high. Had a man open and just threw it on the run a little bit high for Parenti, who was open, and it'll force a punt.
I tell you, you got to give Pierce credit there. He was under a lot of pressure there from the get-go. I thought he was going to go down for a sack. He was able to escape it and get to the outside. At least had a chance to get Parenti, but unfortunately just a little too high, and Brother Martin's going to be forced to punt here. Boy, I was really hoping they could do something with that first possession of the second half.
Look at St. Augustine's made a change. They got twin receivers back because, remember, the ball's been hitting the ground and bouncing like crazy.
Yeah, they want to return this ball.
And they do not want to let that bounce take place here. Alfonso kick it away. And he hits this one toward the sideline. And it goes out of bounds. The question is where.
Be good field position.
It's going to be at the Brother Martin 43-yard line. So, 24-yard punt.
That penalty, that pre-snap penalty on first down puts them behind the chains, Chad, and they weren't able to overcome it and have to punt the ball after 3 and out and give St. Aug very good field position here. So what you're hoping it would be a nice start for Brother Martin. Unfortunately, is the complete opposite of that. Now you give St. Aug a starting position on the plus side of the field.
And we got to stop putting Pierce in positions where it is 3rd and long, and that St. Aug defense is just coming after him. That's just it's not fair.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
24-yard punt, 1st and 10.
Following the 24-yard punt, White with twin backs next to him. Takes the snap, fakes it, wants to throw it. He's going to go deep.
Go get him.
Defender there, jump ball.
There you go.
Coming,
Get the ball.
Get the ball. Be an interception.
Got it.
Nice
what a play. Interception. That's an outstanding defensive play for the Crusaders by Eric Lasser.
That should be a celebration. Come on.
They're going to
throw a flag on it, which ought to make it half the distance to the goal, it would appear. Because it came after the interception by Lasser.
If they call that a celebration, I think that's a rather questionable call. I mean, the kid got up, got excited, kind of tossed the ball to the middle of the field.
Either that or Brother Martin had too many players on the field. Half the bench ran on the field.
Well, they're having a long conversation.
Let's see.
It should great be interception.
But still.
So is that going to make it 15 yards?
Well, it's half the distance no matter what.
Dead ball.
Personal foul on Brother Martin. They will get the ball at the 6-yard line.
God, come on, guys. They just sucked the fun right out of the game.
Yeah, but that come on, guys, is
It's a bad
directed
call.
at the official.
No.
I don't agree with that call, but once again, that's why.
Yeah, no, they're not robots out there. I mean,
Kid got excited. He didn't. That wasn't like he taunted anybody. He just kind of ran up the field and kind of tossed the ball to the center, and they. Anyway, it is what it is. So let's take advantage of it, guys.
Good job by Lacer,
Good interception.
Great interception.
Turnover.
because that was the same play St. Aug scored on in the first quarter.
But boy, we need to get some first downs here and kind of get some better field position.
Need a play, no doubt. Pinned deep in their own territory. The Purple Knight defense has been really good. So is the Brother Martin defense. 1st and 10 from the 6. Here's the snap. Zone play inside, and a nice little crevice gets him to the 10, maybe just outside the 10. A gain of 4, and that's a good start to the possession. As different ball carrier there. That was Joshua Payne Morgan. So Payne Morgan got the carry, his first.
Yeah, we've seen the sophomore come in, Lenny, number 7, and do a really serviceable job in the past. He hadn't really gotten a lot of carries, but when he's in, he definitely moves the pile forward. But let's see if that offensive line is starting to pay some dividends on St. Aug's defense.
2nd and 6 at the 10. And they run another zone play. This time it's erased for a loss of 1. Just penetration was extreme.
Yeah, going back to Morgan for a second, though, Chad, he's a heck of a baseball player. In fact, he was just offered as a sophomore a scholarship by Coach Paul Maneri and LSU's baseball team. So he's got a heck of a future in baseball. Is
he going to finish out his years at Brother Martin, or is he going to go? Is he going to leave early?
I don't know if he's going to leave early. We'll have to ask him after the game.
Okay.
Loss of 1. So it's 3rd and 7 from the 9. 9-10 and counting, third quarter. St. Augustine 7, Brother Martin 3. On 3rd and 7, you get the pistol formation. Motion, Moore. Pierce shovels it forward and incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
Incomplete. It was ugly looking.
Yes, it
that
was.
just took a long time to develop. Yeah, St. Aug, they I don't know if they snipped the play out. I know we left a couple guys unblocked. It looked like it was going to be a shuffle play or maybe a screen, but it just took way too long to develop, and we were fortunate just to incomplete the pass lane.
Yeah. So a punting situation from the end zone. Alfonso and the Twins safeties deep will be LaFrance along with Martin. Bad snap, bounced it, picked it up, got it off. Line drive kick and fumbled, but he picked it up. So Broderick Martin averts disaster and ends up with good field position.
Great field position.
Once again.
You know, it's unfortunate. You get the interception there, and then the penalty sets you back, and you can't do anything with it, and you end up having to punt the ball right back to them, and they end up with the ball at the 30, 34-yard line. And, boy, I tell you what, that's just tough. But
yeah, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, Lenny.
You know, I hate to say this, but the way the offense is playing this evening, if we get behind by more than 1 score, it's going to be tough.
No doubt.
Tough. So this is another, once again, the pressure's on your defense to stop St. Aug and when they have good field position.
1st and 10 at the Brother Martin 34. Here is White looking to throw, steps up. He could run it. He will. Goes outside. Good move there. And got a block and has big yards. White is going to get a first down inside the 20.
That kid's quick.
But there is a flag for an illegal block, boys.
Well,
that block came from the side. You could see it. They're going to bring it back.
That's fortunate for Brother Martin, but give White credit. He made a heck of a move.
He really did.
He made a couple guys miss and got to the outside, and that was a very smooth-looking play. And fortunate for the Crusaders there that it's going to come back on a penalty.
Yeah, it was Jermance Webb, the wide receiver. I actually thought it was a legal block. I mean, it was right on the side. It was suspect whether it was a clip or not, but fortunate enough for the Crusaders it was. But give credit to that. I tell you what, that quarterback, he gets out of the pocket. He's going to get some positive yards. He's got a lot of speed.
Look where they marked it too. Is behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's a 16-yard infraction as it turns out.
Yeah, it turns out it's a big play. So actually, Brother Mark got a huge break there.
Yeah, it's a spot infraction, so 16 yards total. That's 2 penalties, only 2 for 21 yards on the Purple Knights, but this one really hurts. Back to midfield, where the Purple Knights play a really tough situation from midfield, 1st and 26. Snap it, and a ride play. White keeps it, and he'll dive for a yard or 2. That's it.
Good play by the defense there, keeping White from getting any momentum going forward. Stopping for a short gain there and brings up 2nd and very, very long.
That was Bookert, 3 yards to the Brother Martin 47-yard line.
Just keep it in front of you. If the defense keeps everything in front of them, makes tackles, wraps up, we'll be in good shape.
2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
Cover 2.
Trip set right, single receiver left.
Be calling for that, Chad.
Rolling right. White under pressure, goes back the other way, leaps over a defender, and is brought down with an open field tackle near the line of scrimmage. This defense continues to play extremely well for Brother Martin, and that was number 42, Ben Chaplin, who's had a good game.
He has. I tell you what, I'm going to give both sides credit there. That was a heck of a play by White, escaping the original pressure, and it was a great play by Chaplin. Actually, good credit for the initial
coverage
push.
sack.
Yeah.
I mean, you can almost
It's
say
a sack for no yards, right?
Yeah, but great play on both sides there.
121.
Get the ball, get the ball, get the ball.
Ball's on the ground, picks it up, throws it outside.
Go, 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 go. Score. You got to score.
He's at the 40, he's at the 30, and out of bounds.
Great job. You knew they were going to do it, Lenny.
And it's Eric Lasser again, his 2nd interception of the game.
Good for him. Good for that kid.
You know, that was a busted play there, bad snap, and White picked up the ball and was just trying to get rid of it. And fortunate for Brother Martin, he overthrew his receiver, and Lasser was just caught it in stride going forward, and I made a great return to get it deep inside St. Aug territory, and they're going to get good field position here and they take advantage of it, Chad.
And Lenny, that was what, the 4th, maybe 5th bad snap we've seen from the Purple Knights tonight, so you knew something was going to happen. Finally, Brother Martin capitalizes on the mistake, and White, unadvisedly threw that pass, kind of just, very desperate to get the ball out of his hands, but good job by Lasser picking up the interception, giving positive yards back for the Crusaders.
Need a touchdown here.
Brother Martin gets a great short field to work with at the St. Aug 28.
Please throw the
7:14 to play in the third quarter, 1st and 10. At the 28, snap it, give it to Smith. Smith, 25, 23, 22. Good run by Smith.
First time we've seen him run over somebody.
Yeah,
Lenny.
good job.
Good job on the right-hand side, yeah.
Quick change of possession there. Brother Martin's got the momentum and really need to take advantage of this and put 7 points on the board here.
But I tell you what, we're starting to see that, in the first half it was 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7. Now we're seeing the 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3, Lenny. So I think those Bro and Godet and Aurelia, those guys, they might be wearing on that St. Aug defense a little bit.
2nd and 5 at the 23. Brother Martin, a little confusion, have to hurry up here. On 2nd down and 5, play clock to 2, they got it off. And they run Smith inside, good hole, he's got a first down. Bursted across the 20, burst down to about the 16.
But play action would be good right now.
I tell you what, Chad, you mentioned just a play ago. I think you're right. I think you're starting to see that offensive line take a little bit of control of this football game and kind of pushing that St. Aug defensive front around a little bit here and able to pick up good yardage on 1st down and then 2nd down, pick it up on the run. And you're able to keep doing that, you should have some success going forward.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line of St. Aug. Running inside with Smith, and he fights across the 15 to the 14, so he picks up 3.
Yeah, because what Pierce is seeing right now, Lenny, with cover 2, you're seeing that 2 safeties back, so you can only have 7 in the box. So if Brother Martin's offensive line is getting a little bit of a push, I think Coach Bonis is right now getting happy having 3-4 yards of pop, running the clock, just, getting that positive yards.
And there's your hydration break right at the 6-minute mark.
And what's going to happen here, Chad, if you keep doing that, you're going to have to start having the safety start to cheat forward a little bit, and that's when you pull it and either run it around the end or you put it on the, kind of a quick play action, give it to your tight end or your wide receiver out on a little seam or something like that, and you should be able to take advantage and score. So hopefully we'll see that.
And this is where we've seen Pierce actually pull the ball and run, like on option, in the red zone. He's doing a great job. We might see it here. I tell you what, there's nothing like running the option in the red zone and forcing that defensive ends and those outside linebackers to make decisions on who am I going to tackle, the running back or the quarterback.
Yeah, I believe this is the last day of the hydration break. Is that right, Ken? Doesn't it end in September?
It's supposed to end unless they can enforce if the weather is certainly not cooperating. But yes, in terms of mandatory, this is it. Well, this defense has really done a good job in watching the film study down there throughout the course of the game. And I see Coach Norris down there. They've done a really good job.
I tell you what, Kenny, it's amazing.
In-game adjustments. What a difference the game is today.
I keep in touch with Mark Shreve, defensive coordinator.
Great guy.
Great guy.
We
were talking about how
Sean and Rummel,
they actually watched the streaming of the game that they just played. They were just in a series before.
Wow. Here's a speed sweep at 15 to the 10. and stopped instead of going wide. He lost the
Ball away
football.
from him. Come
Faust
on,
had it
guys.
taken away, and St. Augustine still on his feet. He's got room to the 25 and
How'd
out
that
near the
happen,
30.
man?
That is Donnell Ward McGee. What a play by McGee on what looked like it was going to be a big play for Brother Martin. It turned out to be a big play for St. Aug.
He just took the ball away from him.
He really did. It looked like a mid-stride, too.
He just was had. It looked like he was going to score for a second there, and then he just took the ball away from him. Standing up, took it away, and St. Aug took the ball back.
That's
that's a tough
unfortunate.
break.
And
It was a
defense.
4-yard run, a fumble, first turnover for Brother Martin, and Donnell Ward
An inopportune time.
McGee
that's
recovers
for sure.
and gets it back to the 29-yard line. So, what a big defensive play for the Purple Knights.
Yeah, talk about a momentum swing.
29-yard line and a 1st and 10. And they're going to snap it and run it inside left. And broke one tackle.
up, guys.
LaFrance
Wrap
to the
up, guys.
corner.
There you go.
LaFrance put his shoulder down and drove ahead to about the 33. Good hard run.
Yeah, Brother Martin doing a good job of forcing LaFrance to the outside, Lenny. But, yeah, just to go back to that run, man, that was it was almost like that speed sweep when you get that wide receiver in motion and Pierce hands it off to him real quick. He had the outside, but tried to make a cutback. But, man, give credit to that St. Aug defensive back just grabbing the ball and turning the ball over.
2nd and 6, run it inside. Big hit. LaFrance fights forward, though. It battles to about the 37 for 4 more.
Big play here.
Here comes the 3rd and 2.
Yep, another big 3rd down coming up for the Crusader defense. They've been up to the task all night long and need to do it again here. And, boy, that just, if you can get the ball back here, that kind of negates some of that momentum swing that we just had. But, boy, that was a tough one.
3rd and 2 at the 37-yard line. Twin receivers right, snap it and run it left with Bailey. Shook a tackle, gets a 1st down and more. Great speed, crossing midfield, broke a tackle all the way down to the Brother Martin 40-yard line. Great run by Mahmoud Bailey, his 2nd good run of the game. He's got himself 23 yards and a 1st down.
You had him bottled up for a second, and unfortunately for the Crusader defense, Bailey was able to break free and get a big gain here and pick up the 1st down and get the ball on the Brother Martin side of the 50.
At the Brother Martin 40, St. Aug operating quickly now on 1st down. At the Brother Martin 40. Taking a long time now. They were lined up right away. But play clock to 4, to 3, 2, and now movement up front. They point at each other. I think it's on the offense.
Flag. He just moved off sides.
I mean,
Come on,
the
guys.
offense
They call a
jumped.
timeout.
And then the defense reacted.
Man,
How did that?
that looked
they
like
didn't
he
call
called
anything.
offsides before the timeout. That's bad.
That was not good. They had
A lot of
several
movement
guys
there.
up
There's
front.
a lot of movement, but nothing happening in terms of a call. So the players will head to their respective sidelines, and St. Augustine will have just 2 timeouts remaining as a result of that timeout utilized in this situation.
Yeah, but to get back, Kenny, we were talking about before, we see the offense right now watching film on a television that the last series they were just in. That's to me, that's just amazing. We couldn't do that until
2 days later.
a couple of days later when we got the film and we could show it to the players. But to see kids right now watching the plays that you were just in, and for coaches, there's no need for coaches to be really up in the box now. If you can see the plays that are right there and you can show them on the field, and man, that technology has come so far in the last couple of years.
A little bit better than chalk and a board back in the day.
Drawn in the dirt some plays.
There's no dirt down here anymore unless you go in the long jump pit, maybe.
Sandbox.
But that's about it.
Sure.
St. Aug at the Brother Martin 40, 1st and 10. Snap it, run it inside left. Mahmoud Bailey, great speed again. He's been a difference maker. He's down near the 30. Boy, he's quick. About 10 yards.
I tell you, we were talking about Brother Martin's offensive line getting a push. I think now we see the Purple Knights, Lenny, their offensive line getting a push on Brother Martin's defense right now, where they're starting to give up chunks of yards.
Yeah, that momentum swing is just huge. I mean, it looks like we're going into the go-ahead score, and then they get the ball back, and they're on the march, and they have us on our heels for sure.
9 yards to the 31, where it's 2nd down and 1. Quick snap. Run it inside right. He's met in a backfield and dove forward. Still short. No gain. It's going to be 3rd down and less than a yard. That time it was Ishmael Landers for no gain.
Yeah, Lenny, we've said this the last 2 times we played St. Aug. It's the teams are so, don't know if you want to evenly match is the right word, but the difference is turnovers and penalties, and it just seems like we can't learn from our previous mistakes of making. We did get 2 interceptions, which has really helped us out, but man, we've given the ball back in these penalties. It's really starting to catch up with us.
There's a big 3rd down and 1. Going to run LaFrance on a cutback, and he'll dive right at the marker.
Got it.
Right on it. Seems to have it. I mean, he didn't get much, but he got enough, it appears.
Giving him a good spot.
What's the old saying? Those who do not learn from the past are doomed to repeat it.
We have.
They're going to measure this. They're not satisfied yet that it's a first down.
Got it. If it's on the line, I think they got it.
If not, it's going to be 4th and inches, and they're going to go for it. I mean,
yeah, I think he's going to make it with the tip of the ball on the line.
Where's the yellow line that they have?
What's the matter with these people, man?
You know what? If my wife's listening right now, she's going to be laughing, or she's going to yell at me when I get home. But when we went to a Saints game, she asked that same question. We were at the Saints game. She's like, "Hey, where's that yellow line I always see on TV?"
You got to love women, and we do.
We don't have any other choice.
I think he might be an inch short.
I think he's a little short,
I mean, like an inch.
Wow, I can't believe that. I thought it was right.
No, first down. He just signaled it, so.
I got to figure, if it's on the line,
it's close.
It's got to be a first down.
That's a 1-yard gain and a first down, Purple Knights. At the Brother Martin 30. It's about as close as you can get right there. But they didn't need much, and they got it.
They didn't get much, but they got enough.
Yes, sir.
Need to step up here, guys. Come on.
1st and 10 at the Brother Martin 30-yard line. Purple Knights on the move. Going to run LaFrance left. Evaded one. Good tackle in the open field.
That's what we need, those outside linebackers getting up, shutting off the outside.
Good job there by 42 Ben Chaplin again. Actually, give credit to Booker. Looked like he got the initial penetration and able to kind of throw him off his route there, and Chaplin was able to come up and finish the play.
I'll tell you what, Brother Martin's defensive speed's been impressive, Lenny. I don't remember a defense this fast for Brother Martin, especially those outside linebackers. They're doing a really good job.
2nd and 10 at the 30. Snap it, fake it, wants to throw it, does, tip ball, intercepted.
Go.
At the 30, the 3rd interception of the game for Brother Martin, and they've come up with it. Guess what? It's Eric Lasser again. His 3rd interception of the game.
That's
I don't know what the record is. It's got to be him, though.
I tell you what, great play. But God, let's take advantage of this, guys. Come on now.
That's a remarkable statistic. You just don't see that.
No.
3 interceptions in one game by one player.
3 interceptions is a pretty good career for a lot of guys.
I'm gonna make a call. I think he might have just broke Robbie DeLorde's record.
Robbie DeLorde? Back in 1981.
One or two. Yep.
I'll have to look at that. I don't have the program in front of me, but it's in there. Maybe somebody can let us know.
I think if he didn't, he might have tied it or broke it. But I want to say I remember seeing he had the record for multiple interceptions in a game. I don't remember what the number was.
That's remarkable. 3 interceptions by Lasser in this game with 1:36 to play.
Good for him because he gave up the touchdown in the first quarter too. So good for him to come back strong.
I would love to see here, Chad. I would love to see us take a shot on this first down play.
Play action.
Oh, I would love to see that.
No better time to do it than right now with 1:36 left in the 3rd quarter.
So both teams talk it over.
And you got to watch because I noticed the last couple first downs, when Brother Martin came out on first down, St. August starting to cheat up with those safeties, anticipating that run, anticipating that dive in between tackles. So play action right now, Lenny, you're right. Play action with the tight end up the seam or, give and go or pump and go. It could very possibly work.
Well, no matter what happens tonight, I'm just glad I'm not in Baton Rouge right now. Things are not pretty. Jeez.
Getting whipped by Troy.
Unbelievable.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. And give to Smith inside. Smith bursts out to about the 40 for a gain of 6. They're finding some room inside here in the second half.
They are. They're having some room there. Like we mentioned in the last series before the turnover, they get a little bit of a better push up front, Chad. Those offensive linemen leaning on those defensive linemen a little bit and getting a little bit of the momentum going forward.
Yeah, I think they're giving them more of an inside zone look where, you get those combo blocks, and I think they're just starting to get some push, and Smith's doing a good job of finding the seam.
Ticking down toward a minute to play in the 3rd, 2nd and 4. They're going to throw a slant to Faust in midfield. Sloust has the first down to about the St. Aug 45, a gain of 15. Nice throw.
I got to tell you, give Pierce a lot of credit there. He got that to Faust, and he threw it between 3 3 defenders. That was a dangerous looking pass.
Yeah, but
he
look,
threw it perfectly.
Wait, look, I was a defensive back coach. Cover 2, there's three routes that kill you: the slants, the seams, the little pop passes that we saw in the curls. I mean, that's where your zones are, and Brother Martin's going to find success throwing those routes.
Gain of 15 and a first down. Crusaders at the St. Aug 45. Running inside with Smith. Shook a tackle. Good run. He's going to get to the 40 and push forward. Across the 40 to about the 39. Good hard run of about 6 yards.
Now this is what you're seeing, Lenny. You're seeing those safeties are starting to back off now. Weren't anticipating that slant route, and those outside linebackers have to support those cornerbacks. So
Right.
now you're seeing those holes.
Yeah, you get the
So
holes in the middle. You
that's
less
a great
guys,
1-2
less
punch.
guys inside the tackles there, and you get a little more room.
To the 39 at 2nd and 4. This could be the final play of the quarter. 18 seconds and counting. On 2nd and 4. Pierce, the snap, and a run inside which
There you go.
he keeps it himself and dives across the 35 for a first down to the 34. That time he read it, kept it, picked up 5, first down, moved the chains on what might have been the final play of the quarter.
It's amazing what happens when a quarterback keeps the ball, Lenny. Good things. Just good things. That's what
You
happens.
did it a
And
lot.
the clock will run down, and that will
It
be
was
the end of
usually
the third
good.
quarter.
Pierce needs
So at the end of 3 quarters, our score is St. Augustine 7, Brother Martin 3. Back with our fourth quarter in a moment. This is Brother Martin Football at CrescentCitySports.com and through WGSO 990 AM.
At the end of the third quarter, the score is St. Augustine 7, Martin 3.
It's not supposed to be a 2-minute break here. We're in game. So 1 minute break. This is like the end of the first half break. We already played this. Long break.
Quarterback draw.
Well, we missed a couple plays on radio. Smith losing 3 yards, and then Pierce on a quarterback draw for no gain. Apologize for that, but we will get you up to speed. So, loss of 3 and then no gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 13 from the 37-yard line of St. Augustine for Brother Martin as the fourth quarter is underway in a 7-3 lead for St. Augustine.
On that first play, Lenny, Darnell Ward-McGee came up from his cornerback position and smashed the running back in essence of Jabbar Jaloop back in the day.
Jabbar Jaloop.
Man, he really did. He put a licking on him, and unfortunately, Brother Martin's looking at a 3rd and about 13 right now.
We're going to check in with Hart Pisani here. The first opportunity as the fourth quarter begins on the sideline. 3rd and 13. Receivers to either side. Motion. Across the formation. And now looking to the sideline, and it looks like they're going to take a timeout.
Oh, God.
So confusion reigns. So with the timeout, Hart Pisani patrolling the sidelines. Hart, what's the mood down there right now?
Ken, the mood is absolutely elated after that 3rd interception. This entire Brother Martin sideline getting real energized, jumping up and down at the end of the 3rd quarter. Everybody high-fiving each other. the confidence is certainly not lacking. We'll see if they can take it and convert it into points here on this drive. Back to you.
Okay, Hart, thank you very much. It's going to be a tough situation, though, 3rd and 13. But, guys, it's got to be 4-down territory here.
You know, I was thinking about that just as he was talking, doing that report there. Depends. I think it depends on what happens here. If there's no gain or negative play, I think you punt the ball and try to pin them deep. If you make it a reasonable 3rd and 7, 8 or less, then I think you go for it. But you know, it's still plenty of time. You're only down 4, but I don't know. I think it depends on what happens on 3rd down.
I don't know, Lenny. I kind of disagree. I think Brother Martin having the ball, you know, inside St. Aug's 40, this is probably the 2nd or 3rd deepest they've been in St. Aug's territory. So I don't know if you're going to get this chance to be this deep again.
But the defense has been playing well, so I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what happens on this 3rd down.
3rd and 13 at the 37. Twin receivers right, single left. Motion Perenni will slot right. And here's Pierce under pressure, rolling right. In a lot of trouble, just has to throw it way short and incomplete. He had no chance.
You got to punt.
Yeah, you got to punt now.
No chance there.
If they could have got half of the distance, half of the 7, 8 yards, but
man, just didn't have any chance to really get anything done there. It's going to be a 4th down situation, and got to believe they're punting here.
Yeah, now you just pin them.
You know, it's not one of these situations where you've scored 40 points and your offense is clicking, and maybe we'll get a shot. But, you know, yards have been hard to come by here, and I think,
And the defense is getting the ball. I mean, defense the last 3 possessions has gotten turnovers.
I think you need to you punt this ball. You hopefully get a good coverage here and get maybe
quick snap. And look at this. It's a fake and a throw it out the sideline.
Go.
Inside the 20. Broke a tackle at the 15.
Keep going.
Come on.
He's at the 10. He's all the way down to the 7-yard line. Alfonso to Faust. How about this? 30 yards and 1st and goal.
Like I said, you run a fake right there, Chad.
Wow. Or pick door number 3, Lenny. Let's fake it.
Man, I tell you what, they took a chance there, and that paid off big time for them. Tell you what, they just had it. They line up for the punt, snapped it back to Alfonso, who's a heck of an athlete, and nobody moved. Had the receiver out on the edge here. Nobody was covering him. Had him wide open, made a nice throw, and able to get down inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. What a big play this was.
We were saying that before the game. We're going to need Brother Martin's special teams to make a play here to help out because that's something they haven't done.
It cost you last year, and hopefully it can win you a game this year.
1st and goal at the 7. Twin receivers left. In the backfield with Pierce is Smith. Takes the snap, running Smith left. Smith to the 5, falls forward to about the 4. So a gain of 3. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal, but God, you got to put it in the end zone here, though. Jeez.
Smith's been the workhorse throughout.
I can't believe that.
You know, actually, it's interesting what they're going to do here because I know when they get down to the goal line situations against Hahnville 2 weeks ago, they brought in Matty Alfonso, who just threw that ball as kind of the workhorse and kind of the bigger back here. I'm not sure he's in now, but be interesting to see if they make that
we saw him take the snap when it was 4th and 1 and get the 1st down.
2nd and goal from the 4. The snap. Give it to Smith. Smith bounces it outside. He's at the 3.
Got it.
Nice for the
Give it to him.
Yes. Touchdown for Smith. And Brother Martin has its first lead at 9-7. Chris Smith diving for the score.
Boy, I tell you what, that was a lot of effort there, Chad. I tell you what, he willed that in there. He just got to the corner and just dove in and just clipped that pylon to get the touchdown there. Great job by Chris Smith getting in the end zone and giving the Crusaders their first lead of the game.
I tell you what, Lenny, I think we're really seeing Chris Smith develop as a back, almost, becoming the varsity back that we were expecting him from day one. We really seen him growing and taking it to that next level. He did a great job.
Extra point, snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. Time out on the field, 9:07 to play. Brother Martin 10, St. Augustine 7. This is Brother Martin football at CrescentCitySports.com and at WGSO 990 AM. Six, 2:53. Well, a 10-play, 66-yard drive capped off by the touchdown run by Chris Smith of 4 yards, set up by the fake punt, 30-yard pass from Alfonso to Faust, and Brother Martin has a 10-7 lead with 9:07 to play.
Unbelievable, Lenny. I'm still trying to take over, or trying to wrap my brain around that fake punt.
Here's a pop-up kick, very high, caught and blown up. Didn't fair catch it.
No, he didn't. That's usually when you do fair catch there.
I would have.
Instead of getting smacked like that, that's for sure.
It's amazing he held onto the ball. St. Aug's getting at the 30-yard line.
You know, I tell you what, defense has done a good job here since after the first series, haven't given up any points, gotten 3 turnovers, and finally have a lead here. So hopefully we can kind of pin our ears back a little bit and maybe get another positive play here and get the ball back and get the offense kind of extend this lead.
32-yard line to field position for St. Aug with 9:06 to play, and they find themselves behind for the first time. 10-7 to Brother Martin. First and 10 from the 32. Snap it. And they're going to run out a reverse play running right. Broderick Martin. Martin tries to cut back. He got away from one. He's still on his feet. Flag down.
That's going to be face
He's got a first down and more all the way out to the 48-yard line. Don't know. It's thrown in the middle of the field.
There's 2 of them there.
Yeah, I think the one on top of the field is going to be face mask.
Face mask. The other one, though,
he did a good job of making the wide receiver turn back in, but I think he grabbed his face mask in the process.
Let's see.
Question is there a second foul or not?
It might be a clip. The flag in the middle of the field.
Here we go. We'll get the official signal. Face mask on Brother Martin, which we surmised.
That's it.
Both
face masks.
Yeah.
2 flags, but both.
Yeah, the referee on the opposite sideline decided to make that call too for some reason.
So Broderick Martin with a big run of the 48. That's 16 yards, and then tack on
15
more.
Yeah, but I tell you what, that if there is a good penalty, that might have been it. Because if he wouldn't have face masked him, he might still be running right now, Lenny.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, got to tighten up here, though.
So at the 47 of Brother Martin, they're going to go deep. And he's out there, and it is caught for a beautiful throw, and it looks like he's out of bounds of the 1. Wow. Great throw. The catch is there. Can't throw it any better, and again, it's Joseph Walker all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, White wasn't scared of Lasser, even though he got 3 interceptions. You know, he went right after him again. It was play action. I don't know what Lasser was looking at because the wide receiver was.
He ran right by him.
It was just a 9 route, just ran right by him, and good throw, good catch, and I don't know how he didn't score. He got out on the 1-yard line.
It was the same play as the touchdown.
Same exact play. Lasser got caught peeking back in the backfield, but he should have been on that wide receiver, ran right by him.
46 yards and a first and goal. It's 3 catches, 99 yards for Walker, who's been a star in this game. First and goal, jumbo package in, run it inside, not going to get there.
Got motion.
It's got to be offsides.
Motion on them. The line judge on this side, the head linesman, actually calls an illegal procedure on St. Aug.
So LaFrance not able to get much of anything there. And we're waiting for the word on the flag.
Yeah, Lenny, we said it from the first quarter. That's definitely Brother Martin's
illegal motion indeed.
We've been fortunate to get some interceptions, but the St. Aug offense is going to keep taking shots at him.
Oh, absolutely. I'm surprised they haven't taken more shots, frankly.
Right, no doubt.
That's a big 5-yard penalty. You go from the 1 to the 6, changes things quite a bit.
Absolutely. Got to tighten up here, guys.
So first and goal at the 6-yard line.
2 backs.
White takes the snap, gives to LaFrance. He's got a hole, and he will score. Touchdown, Garland LaFrance. 6-yard run. And St. Augustine, like that, is back on top, 13-10.
Yeah, that was just a walk in the park right there, Lenny. But yeah, big plays. I mean, that's been our Achilles heel. We've been susceptible to giving up big plays. Didn't get any pressure on the quarterback, White, who dropped back and just laid it up there. And teams we've seen it. The first 3-4 games, and I'm sure we're going to see it down the road. Our cornerbacks. They're just hampered by teams with a lot of speed and with some height that can go up and get the ball. And we've seen it. And unfortunately, St. Aug was able to capitalize to go ahead, 13-10, going for the extra point now.
Kyle Sims, hit his one earlier. Snap spot. Penetration, and he squibs that thing through there somehow.
Wow.
And with 8:21 to play, a timeout with our score. St. Augustine 14, Brother Martin 10. Back in a moment. This is Brother Martin Football at CrescentCitySports.com and at WGSO 990 AM. Back and forth game. St. Augustine 14, Brother Martin 10. Ken Trahan, Lenny Sumich, Chandler Rose, Harpasani with you. 6-yard run. Garland the France capped a 3-play drive, 68 yards. It took just 45 seconds for the Purple Knights to recapture the lead, and they do. And on we go. And they'll kick it off. Sims will do that. Brother Martin hoping to get good field position out of this. And we'll see what he does here. Kickoff is high and short. It'll be fielded by a short man at the 23.
Run it up.
25. Joshua Payne Morgan, 30. He's at the 35, trying to stiff arm. He goes down at about the 37. Good field position.
Yeah, good job by putting Joshua Payne Morgan right there as kind of like an up-back, Lenny, and he was able to make a catch and get beyond the 35-yard line. Good field position for Brother Martin.
You know, you look at the situation now, you're down 4, 14-10, 8-13 to go, and your offense has a little momentum after scoring in the last series. Hopefully we can keep it going here and, get another touchdown and retake this lead here. You feel a little more confident than you did in the first half, that's for sure, though.
Yeah, I hope Parenti gets in this offense, this series. And he just, I really feel like in that soft cover, he can do some damage.
They've thrown to him 3 times. They completed 2 for about 35 yards.
2 for 33. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Pearson shotgun, takes the snap. Zone play inside, not much there. Diving forward is Joshua Payne Morgan for a yard or 2. So Payne Morgan, maybe 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, they got a little bit there. He fought forward for a couple yards, a little positive yardage there, but not much.
2nd and 8 as a result of the 2-yard gain. 7:50 to go in the game. 14-10. Purple Knights on top.
It'd be nice to see Pierce, too, just pull the ball and take it around the end and get some chunks of yards.
Twin receivers to the left on 2nd and 8. And here's Payne Morgan running left. Cut back nicely.
Nice
dives
cut.
across the 40 to the 41. He Madden himself tripped a little bit, but he made a nice cut. Does get a couple, but it's still going to be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and this is the type of situation where, St. Aug loves and Brother Martin was trying to avoid, putting Pierce in a situation where it's an obvious pass route. They're going to flush him out of the pocket, get pressure from those St. Aug defensive ends. Let's see if Brother Martin can retain that pressure.
Here's a big 3rd and 6. Brother Martin at its own 41 as we hit 7 minutes to play in the game. 14-10 St. Aug.
Man coverage.
Pierce fakes it, wants to throw it down the middle for Parenti. Caught it. And he dropped it. Nope, incomplete. Couldn't quite pull it in. Nice job defensively to dislodge it after he went up very high to try to catch it. That's just a good defensive play.
That ball was a little too high, Chad.
A little bit high, and a good play by Jamal Scott to get it out.
That's play action. That's tight end dump pass right over the middle. That's a soft spot. Yeah, that's it.
All night long.
I mean, it's two inches lower, and we got the first down. But that play, they're giving us that play. They're absolutely giving us that play.
Alfonso to punt. Twin receivers are deep. Broderick Martin, Garland the France.
Got to make that catch.
Pressure, got it off. Line drive kick. Martin caught it. Martin smothered. Down right away at about the 31. Good coverage. So at 6:42 to play, St. Aug has the ball with the lead and wanting to try to get another score and maybe win it or run the clock. Brother Martin trying to get it back. Now there's a flag on the play back where the punt took place.
Looked like he.
So hold everything.
Roughing?
No, I think it was running into. I don't know in high school if it's a 5 or 15.
5 if you run into.
And it didn't look like a rough. He ran into him, but I'm not sure if he's gonna. Do you take this penalty here and make it?
Well, it would be fourth and
2?
1 if you do it. It would be 4th and 1.
That's right. Yeah.
I would definitely repunt. I mean, if worst case scenario.
And I think at 4th and 1, I think
you might think about going for it, guys, in that situation if it's a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, because
given the game circumstance and the fact that your defense has played well, and the clock's becoming a factor, and the ability to drive the field isn't really there by and large. It is running into the kicker, and they're going to take the penalty. So here we go. They're going to take the penalty.
Fourth and 1.5. Fourth, yeah.
Not even. No, exactly 1. The ball's at the 46. Looks like they need to get exactly to the 47 in order to get the first down.
Man, this is a big play. This could be the game right here.
Well, no doubt about
play
it.
Play the game thus far.
5-yard penalty to the 46, 4th penalty, and 31 yards on St. August. 4th and 1, and Brother Martin.
Come on, guys. Come on, offense.
This is a game situation to say the least.
Flag.
Wait, you gotta hold on.
Smith will be the running back.
Dirty laundry on the field.
Pick up the flag might help. There we go. With 6:36 to play, 4th and 1. Brother Martin at its own 46-yard line. Motion into the formation. Gilliard. Snap it. Run Smith on a
There you
play.
Go Smith. Go Smith.
50,
Hold on to the ball.
40. First down, Crusaders, all the way down
Good
to the
call,
39 of St. Augustine.
Boy, big
hole.
penalty.
Wow.
Big hole, big run, and talk about a huge penalty on that punt.
Huge
Wow.
penalty, Lenny. But I tell you what, that's the first actual gaping hole that I've seen the Crusaders create today. Before it seemed like Smith was kind of winding his way through. He burst through that hole. That was a great job by the Crusader offensive line.
15 yards and a first down to the 39. 2 4th-down conversions in this half for Brother Martin. Smith inside, runs hard, barrels across the 35 near the 34. Just about 5 more there.
But if we can hang on to the ball and play mistake-free football, Lenny, this is setting up ideal. 6 minutes, and we're on St. Aug's 34-yard line.
There's the water break right at the 6-minute mark. So 2nd and 4th at 34 of St. Aug for Brother Martin. With 6 minutes left, 14-10 St. Aug. We're in for a heck of a finish here, guys.
I'll tell you what, getting our money's worth tonight, Kenny.
You bet.
I'll tell you what, I like games like this. 14-10, it's like the old school. Play a little defense.
I think I need a water break right now. I'm getting a little excited right here. How
bad is LSU losing?
Actually,
now?
it's 24-21. They just scored. 2 minutes left, so they're gonna have to do the onside kick and hope to get a break.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes. Minute 59.
Who are they playing? Alabama, Auburn.
No.
A team from Alabama.
Yeah, right. From Alabama. No, neither one of those two.
Heck of a deal, man.
Oh God, Troy, are you kidding me? God.
This is the 3rd time they played Troy, and they pulled out 2 miracles the last 2 times.
Who was the team? Appalachian State didn't lose Appalachian State a couple years ago.
No, the worst was there was one.
No, they got the longest streak in the nation against non-conference opponents. They've won. They don't lose at home against them, but they could tonight, obviously. So here is the situation. 6 minutes left. 14-10 St. Augustine, and Brother Martin plays a 2nd and 5 from the St. Aug 34-yard line.
I tell you what, if we see holes like we did last play, Lenny, I know Coach Bernice is getting on the field now. I think he wants to talk to one of the refs about what's going on. I don't know whether he's upset about the clock or the placement.
Not sure.
Of the ball, but
whatever this case is, it looks like they've gotten it settled, and we're ready to play. From the 34-yard line, 2nd and 5. 5-man front for the Purple Knights. And Pierce, captain, he's going to get blown up for a huge loss.
Man, that's
back at the 40. Boy, it looked like Smith might have had something, but again, a big loss back to the 40. That's a big loss of 6. Great job by the Purple Knight defense. They were not fooled at all.
No, and see, that just tells me that was not a read. Like, Pierce pulled the ball, but, there was the outside linebacker and the defensive end right there, Lenny Smith, would have gotten 5 more yards, probably the first down if he would have gave the ball. So I don't know if it was a misread, but that was certainly not the right read.
But now 3rd and 11 from the 40 and what might amount to 4-down territory here, depending on the down and distance.
You're right.
3rd and 11.
If you pick up a few here, I think you go for it.
Sure. Gilliard motions across the formation. And now another whistle for what? Timeout St. Aug. So they'll have 1 left with 5:09 to play.
Yeah, that was disheartening. I don't know. I would like to go back and talk to the coaches after the game and figure out what that was. That looked like a bust on Brother Martin's play, but the play that they always run with, the handoff to Smith and Pierce very rarely pulls. He pulled, and there were 3 defensive St. Aug defenders sitting there waiting for him. So that's very costly making it 3rd and 11.
Hart Pisani's on the Brother Martin sideline. Hart, I don't know if you get a read about whether they might think about this being 4-down territory or not. What's the feeling you have down there in this situation?
Well, Ken, I can tell you it seems like at this point they probably absolutely could. Given how they've gone it for before on the 4th and 1, getting 5:09 left to go, knowing that they're down only 4 points, I wouldn't put anything past them. Back to you.
Well, I really do think it depends, like Lenny said, on what happens on this play. If they can get some positive yards here, then I think you have to consider the fact that they might go for it. If they don't get much in the way of yardage here, then I got to believe that you probably punt
I think
the ball.
you punt. I think you punt, but it's 5 minutes. It's not. If it's 2 minutes left, that's different.
With 2
5
timeouts
minutes
left, sure.
Yeah, you got time.
Gilliard motions, cross the formation left, 3rd and 11. Here's Pierce on a fake. Looking, throwing.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Smith wasn't looking, and the pass is incomplete. Tried to trick him, misdirection, and they fooled themselves, and nothing doing. And now I think you got to think punt here.
I think you punt here. I mean, it's not like your offense has been, eating them up in chunks.
You try to pin them.
3rd and 11, you got to punt.
Yeah, if you get them inside the 10.
Doesn't look like it, though. Looks like they're going for it.
Of course, that's why I have another job.
That's right. 4th and 11 at the 40, and
oh boy,
comes down to this with 5:04 left. Give it back to him here. They'll have great field position. Purple Knight defense has been stout, and now they look for the big stop. Brother Martin, let's see what they have in mind. 4th and 11.
Smith in the backfield.
Takes the snap, play fake, steps up, heavy pressure, sack.
No chance.
And there's a big play defensively for the Purple Knights.
No chance.
And gets confident again. What a game this kid has played. Tremendous game from Confident.
Yeah, and I think the reason why he's having such a good game is, he's making his money on those 3rd and longs where he knows, Lenny, it's not going to be a run. And he's doing a great job of getting pressure. And, that's not Brother Martin's forte is pass protecting. And, it's showing tonight.
Especially on obvious passing downs. Those guys are too athletic up front and just giving them a hard time.
Second sack by Confident. Boy, I mean, he's been a force in this game. St. Aug first down, bouncing it outside.
Great job.
And they smother White for a big loss back at about the 35-yard line. Just outstanding defense there.
Is that Alfonso?
Mm-hmm.
God, great job by Alfonso, Lenny. He actually he had a blocker on him, and he contained White from going outside. And when White tried to fake it inside and go back outside and roll it out, he made the tackle. Great job by Alfonso.
Loss of 7. It's 2nd and 17. Well, you talk about
come on, another turnover
losing a lot here.
Nice. Another turnover would be really nice here.
4:28 and counting to play in this game. 14-10, Purple Knights on top. 2nd down and 17. Snap it, run it left, trying to get to the corner and tackle.
Call timeout right here?
No,
not yet. Not yet.
No, you got 4
You only got
minutes
one left. Yeah.
Probably a loss of 1 there too, as well, and slow to get up was a lineman, but he's up now, and so that was Bailey for a loss of 1 to the 34, and they're going backwards. 34-yard line now. Clock running at 3:55 and counting, and it's 3rd down and 18 from the 34-yard line. Got to believe pass
here. Guys. Cover 3. All right, Lasair, here's your warning.
You better be ready.
3rd down and 18 yards to go.
It'd be nice to see 2 safeties back there.
No, you can't.
Snap it, and a whistle's blow. Might have taken too much time.
Yeah,
I think they did.
It's delay.
Wow.
So St. Aug going backwards here on this possession. Talk about getting behind the chains. They're going to go back 5 more and make it 3rd and 23. Ugly as can be.
All right, guys.
3.5 minutes.
Think about how St. Aug scored their last 2 touchdowns.
I see the same play happening right here. I see the same thing. You got to run that fly route on the right edge and throw it up and see what happens.
And we're not giving them any safety help.
From the 29-yard line, 3rd and 23.
There we go. Okay, now I feel better. Safety's going over.
Going to run it right. And some
There you
yards,
go.
but
Big
way
hit.
short
There
of a
we go.
first down as Bailey to the 35-yard line, a gain of 6 in a punting situation.
Big Jabari Watts shut that play down real quick. Good job.
Now the question becomes, do you want to come after this punt or not?
I think you got to
think
try.
you do.
I think you have to try. We haven't had
I
much
don't think
success
they're going
returning
to.
Because the
punts.
ability to drive the field just doesn't look like it's there.
Right.
So,
And I don't know if we have.
The return is not there either.
no,
I mean,
they can
it's
make a first down or two, but they can't drive 60, 70 yards. They have
no,
not done it the whole game.
No.
And we don't have the ability to pop, so I mean this could be our only shot.
So 4th and 17 at the 35. Brother Martin takes time out. They'll have one left when they get the ball back, but there's plenty of time. They're going to get the ball back with over 3 minutes left. So that's not a problem at this point. If you were talking under 2 minutes, would be a problem. Yeah, but it's different.
No, you get one time
One
out
time
now.
out.
One time out now, but you still have plenty of time here. And but this is a huge punt. The field position here. If you can get something either return or block, obviously, you get the ball on the 30 or better, you give yourself a chance. If they have to get a good punt here, maybe get a roll and pin you back inside the 20, it's going to be very, very difficult for this offense to go the distance, go the length of the field and score.
From the 35-yard line, punt formation, single safety. They got 10 men up front.
Looks like they might be
The
coming after
punter.
him.
Looks like they're coming.
Just don't rough them.
Good pass from center, good pressure, but didn't
got
get
it
there. And a
off.
punt's a really good one. It's going to take a bounce. Big bounce for St. Aug inside the 25, inside the 20. He'll pin Brother Martin all the way back to about 17 with just over 3 minutes left. They're going to have to drive the field if they want to win this game.
Well, you know what you have to do.
And you got 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 10 seconds to do it.
At the Brother Martin 17-yard line with 3:10 to play, the Crusaders do get the ball back, and their offense has to find a play, find a way. Offense huddled around the staff and now taking to the field. And it looks like Smith will be on the sideline. It's Josh Payne Morgan in the game.
Interesting.
Smith's really been the man, 88 yards rushing.
And I tell you, I mean, we've really seen him grown up before our eyes.
Had a good game.
This second half, he really has. He's been a different back. He's been
First
a lot more
and 10 of the
aggressive.
17. Pierce rolling away from pressure, looking. He's throwing down the field.
Got him.
Tipped in.
Oh, you got to make that catch.
Well,
you gotta make
almost
that
an
catch.
interception by Jamal Scott, and then
And
almost a catch as well. So
Fortunate it wasn't an interception. And after that, should have been a catch.
Gilliard had it in his hands after the tip, but we're fortunate that wasn't an interception.
tough game. It's 6 for 16, 59 yards for Pierce. They just haven't been able to throw the ball effectively. Second down and 10, and they really needed to in this game against this team.
Yes, they did.
And at times we've seen effective passes. I mean, they were definitely vulnerable in some spots.
On 2nd and 10, defense jumps. Now it's
We'll take
2nd and 5. They'll give you that. So that was a little bit premature by Juan Mongeras. And I'll put it at the 22-yard line. And that will be penalty number 6 on the Purple Knights for 41 yards.
Do that 15 more times, we're in good shape.
Second down and 5 from the 22 with 3:04 left. As the band plays about as loud as it can when the other team has the ball. That's been their calling card for years. With intent. Snap it. Rolls right away from pressure.
Watch
Pierce
behind
is
you.
going to gun it down
Got
the
a man,
field.
got a man.
And he's got
Go,
it at
go,
the 40.
go,
at
go,
the 30,
go.
and out of bounds inside
No
the 30.
penalties? No penalties?
And down to about
No
the
penalties.
29-yard line. Great throw by Pierce. Nick Turner makes the big play for Brother Martin.
I tell you
First down to the 28 of St.
I
Aug.
tell you, Turner just ran a fly right there, got between the zone coverage behind the linebackers in front of the safety, and found that soft spot, and Pierce was able to hit him on that rollout. Great job, great run, and a big pickup.
Yeah, good job by Nick Turner, because that was the first time that I've seen St. Aug play press coverage where he got away from that cornerback and put him on his back hip, went up and made the catch. Great job.
50 yards to the St. Aug 28 with 2:55 to play in the game. Pierce hard count, looks away, looks at the sideline.
6 seconds.
Looks back now.
Oh, come on.
Set Smith 1 second, and they just got it off. Runs Smith inside and gets a couple. To the 26.
Still plenty of time.
Yeah, take your time, guys.
Time's
take
not
your
an
time.
issue at this point.
Not at all. 2 yards at second and
On
8.
your offense.
2:40 and counting to play in the game.
Smith back at running back.
And he's got 90 yards rushing now. Second down and 8 yards to go at the 26-yard line. Motion into the formation. Snap it. Run it inside. Bounce it outside. Hit. Tackle.
He missed
no
the hole.
gain.
Yeah, he tried to get outside. He did have a hole if he would have cut it up a little bit sooner inside that outside linebacker. But, good job by St. Aug's defense shutting him off.
Smith does not get up. So he's sitting down. Let's hope it's not a serious problem. He's been their primary guy. It's going to be 3rd and 8 from the 26 with 2:08 to play, and there's no question it's 4-down territory.
Oh,
now,
no question at this point.
So obviously you've got to think in those terms. Smith does get up, and he looks to be okay, which is good news.
Got to come out for
Got to
a play.
come out for a play because he stopped the action.
Boy, I tell you what, going back to after the St. Aug's second touchdown, that extra point that just barely got over that crossbar, but it's looking big now.
Yeah.
Now you got to score a touchdown instead of maybe even tying it with the field goals. But 14-10, that's the situation we're in. 3rd and 8, 2-down territory, like you mentioned, Kenny. Got to score here.
From the 26-yard line. 3rd down, 8 yards to go. Pearson shotgun. Takes a quick snap. Looking, he's going to throw down the sideline. Receiver stop.
That's got to be a
defensive
penalty,
holding.
Oh, come on.
How do you not call that?
Well, Faust looked like he was held on the play, but no call.
Man, he was right in front of you. You saw him the whole time.
Wow,
Yeah, that receiver made no play at the ball, didn't turn his head. Man, that was a terrible call.
Oh, terrible no call. That's it.
Terrible no call.
That's unfortunate.
He's hearing it from the fans right now, and he's right in front of the play. I don't know what what he's looking at. Whew.
So it's 4th and 8, and this is it with 2:02 to play for the Crusaders.
Come on, we can't catch a break here.
They go with twins to the left side, 2 tight end formation. Pierce, the snap, fakes to Smith. Heavy rush, rolls right, looking, throwing toward the end zone, got it down. God. Great play defensively. Pass intended for Parenti, and a terrific play made by Donnell Ward McGee. Remember, he's the guy that stole the ball on the fumble earlier in the game. Just a brilliant play by Donnell Ward McGee. He's a Nichols commit, and he shows you why.
Yeah, great play on that one. St. Aug got away with one on 3rd down, and on poor bad break for Brother Martin, but give St. Aug credit on that 4th down play. Very good coverage from Parenti. Thought we had a chance on it, but he closed on the ball quickly there and was able to knock it down. And now you're looking at St. Aug's got the ball 1st down, just under 2 minutes to go, and Brother Martin's going to have to hope for a miracle here.
Well, they've got 1 timeout, 1 stoppage of the clock, and that's it. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line for the Purple Knights, and they're going to run it inside with LaFrance, and he loses yards.
Yeah, you got to call timeout. Use it.
They're not going to use it here.
Not going to use it yet. So -2. It's 2nd down and 12. Clock running, 1:40 and counting in the game.
And they're taking their time.
Come on, they're not setting the ball ready to play. Come on, guys.
Well, they took a lot of time to put the ball ready.
It's still not. The clock.
And they finally started the clock.
Man, that's.
Purple Knights will take their time.
As they should.
Absolutely. You can't run the clock out unless they make a 1st down. 2nd down and 12 at the 24 because you have a timeout left. Play clock to 4 to 3. They snapped it maybe a little bit early and get a yard or 2, maybe 3, dragging them. Got to get up and get off the ground. LaFrance with the carry. Still don't call the timeout.
Man, that's.
Come on.
3 yards to the 27. The clock's under a minute to play.
The ball's set for play. There it is.
The clock runs 3rd down and 10. 46 seconds and counting. Play clock at 15. You know they're calling timeout after this play if they get a stop. And then they're just going to have to go after the punt if they get a stop. Play clock to 4 to 3. They snap it. They run LaFrance right. LaFrance is going to be stopped. Brother Martin needs a timeout immediately. And they take it with 25 seconds left. Whew. Final timeout. And now they force a punt. Now they got to come after it.
Yeah,
no gain on the play.
25 seconds left. You have to get the punt off. You're going to have maybe 15 seconds. And
you need a big return right here. I mean, I don't know.
I think you got to go after, like you said, Kenny. You got to hope
no
you block
question.
it.
Man.
Yeah, there's no even thinking about a return here because
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, with no timeouts left, you've got to go sell out and just go get it. In fact, I wouldn't be adverse to putting 11 guys at the line of scrimmage.
It's a thought, but then if he gets it off, though, they can let him bounce
around.
around.
At that point, does it really matter?
It doesn't matter either way.
Yeah,
right.
He's not going to punt. I'm just thinking if you put guy back and just keep it, maybe even if they don't get the punt, if the ball at midfield or close to it, you can at least throw one up and hope for a miracle. But, oh, man, what a break.
Yeah, and I just can't comprehend that no call. Like,
well, it surely looked like defensive holding on the play.
I don't know what that referee was seeing or not seeing, but I mean, right in front of them. It's
encourage
amazing.
everybody to go back and look at the replay
that was the
watch
definition.
the game back on CrescentCitySports.com because you can go back and watch it many times as you want.
Maybe the ref ought to come see me, Chad.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he might need to because that is the definition of defensive holding.
So here's 4th down.
Cost Brother Martin a game.
And St. Aug's lining up to go for it. That's just crazy. This has to be a quick kick. I mean, there's no way they would go for it here. Now he backs up.
Right.
Just going to run it left. He's going to run the ball.
What the hell?
And look at this. And he's going to get a lot big first down and more. So what a play by St. Aug.
He's winning the game is what he's doing.
Josh White has just won the game for St. Aug. I mean, they just ran the ball.
Crazy.
What a risky call. And it worked brilliantly in a first down for the Purple Knights to put it away with 18 seconds left to play. How about that? Wow. 27 yards and a first down to the Brother Martin 47-yard line.
That is unconventional, that's for sure, but it sure worked for him.
It was the best running play they've had in the game.
Man.
I tell you what, Brother Martin, they were coming. They came right up the middle. They should have came from the outside. They would have contained him.
They now take a knee to expire this one, and the St. Augustine Purple Knights will win this one by the score of 14-10. A really good ball game here tonight. And the Purple Knights are going to go to 4-1 with a victory and 2-0 in the Catholic League. More importantly, Brother Martin, as Al Jones makes his way toward Josh White, will drop to 1-4 and 0-2 in the Catholic League. So, again, a victory. Chase Sweet for St. Augustine, 14-10 here tonight over Brother Martin. And boy, this was a good defensive football game. Really well played. Good defensive game. Al Jones over there shaking hands as he makes his way toward the pile again. We'll see if we can line him up. And just a good, hard-hitting defensive football game. Old-fashioned, not the type of game we're accustomed to seeing in this day and age, guys, but this was a good defensive football.
No, Lenny, I want to say our senior year, I think we beat St. Aug 14-10. I mean, or close to it. So
14-0.
There you go. Okay. But, I mean, it was very reminiscent of the games back then. But, but we needed Brother Martin to make big plays on defense. They did.
All right. Let's Hart Pisani's down there. I think he's got Al Jones right now. So, Hart, if you got him, go ahead and take it away, my friend. Go ahead, Hart.
All right, I got him right here, Coach. How's it feel taking away a victory in a big district rivalry?
Well, I don't know if people know, but obviously it feels great. The district rivalry, last 3 years in a row, this game has come down to the last play of the game. It's always, the last 2 years has been a punt, in this case a fake punt. And I mean, it's always good to get rid of a victory. These guys played their heart out both sides. We struggled a lot on our offense, but our defense, as usual, stepped up. Great team help. They hit us on special teams. We kind of did some good things on special team also. But once again, it's a Catholic League showdown.
How much momentum does this give you going into your matchup next week?
Always momentum. Anytime you walk away with a win like this here, it doesn't do nothing but uplift you. We escape tonight, and so obviously it's always a momentum booster.
And who do you have next week?
Shaw. It's our home Shaw. Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, Coach. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Hart, thank you very much for that. Thanks to Al Jones for stopping by and visiting, too. It's a big win for St. Aug, to be certain. And we'll see if Hart can get Mark Moniz, too, and get a comment or two from Mark, Brother Martin, head coach. And we'll try to get that lined up as well. 14-10 St. Aug a winner. Brother Martin will have the fight song, and right after that, we'll see if we can line up Coach Bonise and get a word or two with him about a team that played hard tonight. Brother Martin's defense was very impressive. They basically gave up 2 plays in this game, 2 long passes. Other than that, they really did a good job against this St. Augustine offense. They gave them every chance to win the game.
They did, Kenny. 2 plays, like you mentioned, 2 long plays, 2 touchdowns. But unfortunately, the offense was anemic tonight, and they couldn't get anything going. It took they got the turnover at the beginning. Excuse me, the poor play by St. Aug at the end of the first half. We got 3 points out of it, and then it took the fake punt to score that touchdown, and just wasn't enough. 10 points is not going to cut it down nowadays. Now it's unfortunate they couldn't get anything going, and come up on the short end. Unfortunately, we squander a good defensive effort here tonight.
No doubt.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we did a great job against Garland LaFrance.
Yeah.
You got to pat Brother Martin's defense on the back and say, hey guys, good job, from end to end. But as we've seen all year, Lenny, we give up big plays, and we were talking about that before. We were saying that the special team needs to do a play, but the defense can't give up big plays. And we saw the fake punt that turned out good, but we gave up big plays. It wound up costing us the game.
The tradition of standing for each other's alma mater. In the case of Brother Martin, they played a fight song. Everybody else does alma maters, and that's what St. Aug has going on right now. This wonderful tradition in this league taking place as Brother Martin will salute them, and that's what Mark Bonise and his team are doing right now, as well they should. And again, really good football game. 14-10, Purple Knights emerged victorious. I think people forget St. Aug was second in this league last year. They were a good football team, and they had Scotlandville down deep into the fourth quarter in that game in the quarterfinals and couldn't quite hang on in that game. And we were doing that game with Catholic that night,
we were up
following all along. And boy, I mean, this St. Aug team doesn't get talked about or thought of very much. But look, they beat McDonough 35, who's really good to start the year, and they're now 2-0 in this league as well. So it's a good football team. Their only loss was to De La Salle. There's no shame in that.
No, there's not. Just on the bright side, just try to look at some positive for Brother Martin here. Their first 5 games, they played a very good pedal team.
They had
Warren Easton.
Yep.
They played a good Hahnville team, which they beat. They played John Curtis and then St. Augustine. I mean, that's a tough road that they just went through. 5 games, and they got coming up here. They go up to Bastrop for a long trip, and then I believe they have Holy Cross, Rummel, Shaw, and then finish with Jesuit. So, I'm not saying it's getting easier, but they should have a little bit of a, not quite as daunting a task coming forward. But like we mentioned before, this is Division I. Everybody makes the playoffs. So, you're playing for seeding.
Well, Mark's going to address his team, so we'll take a timeout here. 14-10, St. Aug a winner. Back in a moment. This is Brother Martin Football on CrescentCitySports.com and at WGSO 990 AM. Again, 14-10, the final, as St. Augustine emerges victorious over Brother Martin. Ken Trahan along with Lenny Sumich and Chad LaRose. Harper Signing will be talking to Mark Bonise in a few minutes when he's finished addressing his team, and we'll certainly get to that as soon as that becomes available. And again, tough loss for Brother Martin. I thought they played very well defensively. They were very competitive with a good football team here tonight. Just still need to find a little bit more offense. I mean, it's getting a little bit better, and they made a couple of plays here. They just couldn't finish the opportunities that they had.
Yeah, I mean, I really do. I think we saw a different side of Smith, the running back, that we hadn't seen all year. It looked like he got some toughness, and it seemed like he was creating holes for himself. We saw a push from the offensive line in the second half that I hadn't seen in previous games. But I've been preaching it all year, and I don't think this offense isn't really going to get rolling until Pierce takes a more prominent role. We need to get him in part of the offense in the running game. I really think putting him in 3rd and long to pass the ball, Lenny, is putting him at a disadvantage when those ends can just come upfield. We need to make some changes.
All right, let's see if Hart is now getting Coach Bonis lined up. I'm trying to spot him right now, and it looks like he's there. So let's go ahead and go down to Hart Pisani. Hart, go right ahead.
Hey, Coach, you guys kept it close the entire game. What do you think adjustments you got to make for next week?
Just got to keep getting better. Got to keep working hard. No, it is about. We believe it's about the process. It's about the process when when things are going well and things aren't going well. We just got to keep getting better, clean up mistakes. Obviously, we were sloppy at points tonight. Our defense played their butts off. We've got to do some more things, make some more explosions in the kicking game, as well as offensively.
And what did you just tell your guys right there after a really hard-fought game, fighting the whole way and keeping as close as it did?
Exactly what I just told you, that I love them, that I appreciate their effort. I thought they fought their butts off, and got to keep plugging because we have a long season left.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much.
All right, Hart.
Back to you, Ken.
Thank you very much, Hart. Good job. So, once again, our final, 14-10. St. Aug over Brother Martin. One final break, and then the three of us will be back with some final words in a moment. This is Brother Martin Football on CrescentCitySports.com and at WGSO 990 AM. So it's a victory for St. Augustine over Brother Martin here this evening by the score of 14-10. Ken Trahan, Lenny Sumich, Chandler Rose. Lenny, your final thoughts?
Tough game, guys. Defensively, you played very well. Give up 2 big plays. Other than that, you just played an outstanding football game. Unfortunately, offensively, you just didn't have enough to get it done. But 14-10, like Coach Boney said a minute ago, you just got to keep grinding. You're 1-4 right now. You've come through a very, very hard stretch of the schedule here. Hopefully, you can get some more momentum going forward in the second half of the season and get a little momentum going towards it as the playoffs start in a few weeks.
Chad?
Hey, we just got to keep improving. I think we're come a long way since week 1, but we just got to keep improving. It's tough to see games like this kind of slip away because I think, if these teams are pretty much evenly matched, St. Aug definitely has a little more speed, but I think Brother Martin was able defensively to keep up with that speed that we didn't get the win tonight. But, we still got second half of the season, and Brother Martin, we still got to see improvements, but, we still got a long road to go.
Well, indeed, that is the case. There is some improvement, but obviously there needs to be more, and the Brother Martin Crusaders know that. Next week, a long trip to Bastrop, who won a big game last night, so won't be an easy trip, be a long trip. Next game, again, Catholic League play against Holy Cross on October the 13th here at Gormley. On the 21st, they play Rummel at Joe Yenny. That's a Rummel broadcast here on WGSO and CrescentCitySports.com. And our next broadcast of Brother Martin football against Shaw, 1 p.m. on Saturday, October 28th at the Shrine on Airline. Look forward to that as well. Gentlemen, it's been a distinct pleasure. Thanks so much. We enjoyed
Always,
it.
Kenny.
We'll do it
Always,
again
Kenny.
soon.
Thank
man.
you so much.
Our pleasure. Once again, our final score here tonight was Brother Martin trailing St. Augustine. The Purple Knights win it by the score of 14-10. You want 5-star service from a financial institution you can trust? Hancock and Whitney Bank has you covered with expert business bankers and products for businesses of all sizes. Learn more at HancockWhitney.com. Once again, our final 14-10. St. Augustine over Brother Martin. For Cartrell in the studio, for Chip and Matt here on site, for Hart Pisani, for Lenny Sumich and Chandler Rose, I'm Ken Trahan saying thanks for joining us and be a good sport. God bless you one and all. We are rounding third and heading home. So long. Okay, buddy. Thank you, man.